If you love me, you wouldn't do that. No more talking, you gotta prove that. All of that ego and insecurity, block it, you gotta lose that. Leave the immaturity at the door with your shoes, Jack. Cause if the dirt get on my rug, it stays, I don't sweep it under. Time spent is my wealth and trust, I'm too cheap to wonder. If you don't care about me enough to admit a blunder.
On what?
On Insta.
Oh yeah.
You're not invited.
We're good. Oh, we're in.
We're in?
No, you guys continue. We can cut all that shit out.
Look, she's gone quiet now.
And we're back. A tree at the back.
Okay, right.
Featuring Alione. Follow the Instagram, Alione_.
Bro, she didn't even wait. She didn't even wait, you know.
Is there even a need for me to do an intro after that?
Yes, there is.
That was probably the best intro after me in this podcast that anybody has done.
Hey. There's a couple other people that's had a couple good intros in it.
Anyways, and we're back here at the back. You already know it's a podcast with the highest level of analysis that the culture needs. As usual, it's your boy Jordan, DJ, and Dave are here. And as you heard, we have a guest today.
Man, like Alan Key and that.
You know what? My name is Noella, but you can call me Alione.
No, who? Do you know Noella,
Yeah.
I don't know anybody that calls you Alione.
No,
Where
people
is the
do.
link between Alione and
It's
Noella?
Noella
Do you know
backwards.
people that make up nicknames for themselves?
Noella backwards.
Well, you know,
He only just.
I was on Instagram, and I was like, what is this Alan Key thing that her name is like? And then I don't know, it just clicked, and I was like, is that Noella backwards? And I texted her and I was like, no, is your name Noella backwards? And she's like, yeah, and I was like,
Well, right, so Alione.
No, people do call me that. Like, Let calls me that. The girls call me that. And I remember being on a night out one time.
Like, you've
and
got to bang off who gives you a nickname. It's not your nickname.
and then they were like, oh, this is my friend Alione. And I was like, who? Because, like, obviously my name is Noella, innit? So I was kind of like, now some people come up to me like, oh, you're that Alione one. And I'm like, yeah, that's me.
You still get that. I used to get that back in the days. You're that one from Twitter.
I still get, like, just
Twitter.
there after I came out, like, the night I was there, they're like, oh, you're Noella. And I'm like, hi. Like, obviously, I'm not stuck up. Like, I'm not one of them people. I'll say hi. But
No. Why are you acting like a celeb?
No, I'm not. I said, but that's what I'm trying to get. But that's what I'm trying to get at. That's what I'm trying to get at. That I'm a humble person, regardless of who you are.
are you humble if you have to?
If you call yourself humble, are you really humble?
I am, because I'm trying to
said my alias
let me
is Alione,
explain,
man.
innit? Because I have male friends, and they'd be like saying to me like, do you think if I walked up to a girl like her and I said hello, she'll look at me up and down? Do you know that kind of way? Whereas like, I'm not, who am I to be looking at someone up and down? Like, if you come and say hi to me, regardless of who you are, I'm gonna say hi
Have
back.
you guys had that? Have you had it? I walked up to a girl and said hi. She looked up you up and down.
Oh, many a time.
Yeah.
Well, we keep it moving.
Yeah, I have, and the worst part about it is because we were actually talking to BBM at the time.
You were talking to her and then you just walked up to her. She moved like she
Straight
didn't know
out
you.
prestige.
Yeah, and I literally had to pull my phone and be like, that's me, bro. And I like, because the thing is, we became cool later on, like, actually, and I always thought like you're moving my bougie to me back in the day. Actually, you know what happened to me? I went to a party, and this girl that I wouldn't say we're close or anything, like we're far from that, but she definitely knows who I am because we've been in the same vicinity for days, like, you get what I'm saying? And then I pulled her to the side. I was like, yo, I saw her and I was like, oh, yo, what's up? You good? And she looked at me. She's like, do I know you? I was like, why are you trying to style on me?
Wow.
I hate people that do that. It's like, I know that you know me because we've also had conversations outside of the time that we were together for like 4 or 5 days.
I
think that's really like, I never get girls that females.
I remember I came to your room once on your FaceTime with someone and they were telling you that girls do this and you were like, nah, girls don't do this. No, like
The girls do that to just check you, like to throw you off a little bit, or is it like genuinely from.
I can't actually speak for every female, but
speak for the females, please.
that's the thing I'm trying to explain. But that's what I'm trying to explain. I don't know why certain girls do that. I think just because, you know, like if you're a popular girl and you're known and everyone knows you, like people kind of hold you on some kind of pedestal. I don't know.
I heard
And then
Beyonce
it's like-
introduces herself. Like I've heard on podcasts, like Beyonce would walk into a room and she says, like, "Hi, I'm Beyonce."
Yeah.
You're like, duh. Like, if Beyonce's introducing herself, who do you think you are not to introduce yourself? Main character syndrome.
I also feel like a certain degree it's that some certain girls are getting moved to bears.
Okay.
And it's just like,
And it's like
It kind of gets
betrayal.
yeah.
And it's like, hey, if I'm being nice, are you gonna
They
think I'm
and then it leads to something. They want my number, but if I just be a cunt,
No, but I
bet
think
it.
it's how you play it, because if you say hi and be like, how are you, and they're good, blah blah, and you keep it moving calm. Do you know that
but
kind of way?
You know, some man are
as a girl
persistent.
that get moves to bear, how do you deal with this?
I don't actually get moved to bear. People think my DMs are flooded. My DMs are
No,
dry like the Sahara Desert. There's no one in there.
This is what
There's actually no.
bro. This always happens.
Noella, isn't it? Noella.
Nah, but you know what girls do? Girls always say that their DMs are dry, but you look in their DMs, there's bare niggas in there. It's dry because none of the niggas that they want.
Nah,
are in there.
I'm actually telling the truth. There's nobody in there.
Okay,
Like
really,
no
okay.
cap.
I
actually should know.
We had a question
Yeah.
before we were down on the pod. You said you had a question for the mandem. They wanted to ask something about 30%.
Yeah, why is it that when a man wants a girl and then he eventually gets her, when you have her, you just give 30%? Why go through all that effort? You DM her, she gives you a chance, you take her out, and then you just start giving 30%. Why?
Okay, I have an analogy, right?
So,
So you know in life, yeah.
Oh, when they start, you know in life, you know it's gonna be long.
You know in life, when they say that you have to enjoy the journey is more enjoyable than the destination. Getting you is the destination.
Like Noella, you know when I want PS5
Yeah.
all year, all I have in my mind is that PS5.
I
do everything I
suppose,
can
yeah.
because it keeps selling out. So I pursue that PS5.
Oh,
when
no.
I have that PS5, after 2 months, I get used to the PS5.
Yes.
Yeah.
Noella?
It's human nature. It's human nature. We want stuff and then we get it, we obtain it, and then it's like,
Noella, if I want a job, yeah, I'll do up my CV. I'll look at people that help you do up CVs. I'll even contact them, Dave, what you have on your CV. I'll ask you what you have on your CV. I'll go on LinkedIn, apply for bare jobs.
Yeah.
I'll get the job I wanted. Probation, I'm on my best case.
Bro.
A year later, I'm like, fuck this job, man.
Bro.
I'm past probation.
bro, mid probation.
Bro, the day after probation, bro, I'm out here.
screaming.
So it's nothing to do. It's not an indictment on
But
you
then
guys
it's
or
a
the
thing.
women. It's just human nature. It's just what
Then-
people do. When we obtain the things we want, we normalize it, and now once you normalize it, it doesn't seem like you forget how hard it is to work together.
And the thing is also, girls do that as well. Like in the start of the relationship, they'll be doing up lingerie, they'll be doing up this, they'll be doing up that. Bro, 6 months in,
I
bro,
suppose,
you
yeah.
get the hair bonnet and that's it, bro.
I think people want to make their lives more interesting too with the chase. You know what I mean? It's like we all live in our own little movie. Like, will she? Won't she? Will I land it? Will I not? Plus, and it's like you're there and you're like, credits, second credits.
Like,
You know,
but I
like-
get it. But I'm like, if you're gonna try keep that relationship, but aren't you supposed to keep?
No.
Doing the
Standards,
thing.
Technically, we
'Cause-
do.
standards can't fall to like drastically.
Yeah.
But like, there's no way anybody's gonna. Not no way anybody, but because maybe people do. But a lot of people, human nature is that you're gonna fall off to what you were trying to do at the beginning. That's why they say start as you mean to go. That's where the saying comes from. So like, if this is what you're gonna do, just keep doing that because.
Also, you're assuming that he actually wants you and he doesn't want to fuck. Like, do you know what I mean? Like let's be completely honest.
No, but you
slight
lot can
decline.
act and be like, yeah, I want you and all, and then once the girl gives up the poor swat, they're gone. Like
The what? The poissoir.
swat.
But that's the game, innit? They said that's the game. Like he's playing the game to get what he wants, and he's gonna do whatever he needs to do to get what he wants within the laws of the
But
game.
like,
But that's that.
but I understand that. But I'm like, what if the girl just wants the same thing? Why can't you just communicate on a level where it's like, okay, we both want this, and then we
let's deep this. Yeah, if a guy comes to your DM here and says, "Hey, you're both. I just want to fuck," you're probably not replying.
Question.
You're probably not replying.
You know what? I'm gonna have to step on her side for a second. Yeah. Is it that because they don't give us the answer that we want, we assume that they can handle the truth, or like we say, you're just not that guy.
Yeah.
So how many guys have we really like? I would love to know. Maybe you guys have. How have you guys moved to girls with like direct intentions like that? You're both. I just want to fuck, and you landed it.
Nah.
I actually love to know the percentage of guys. If you're not Anthony, like sometimes you're that guy, but that's like 1% Anthony Joshua level. I think you're not Anthony Joshua level because on the surface, yeah, I know loads of good looking guys. You guys are good looking, man. If you told me I went to a girl's DMs and said I just want to fuck and she aired me, I'd be like, Duh.
But I think you have to like. You're not gonna do it straight away. Like obviously, if she replies back to you, she's kind of interested in a way. Well,
no.
Let me ask you that. Would you reply to a DMs if a guy just says, "Hey, I've looked at your pics on Instagram. I think you're both. I just want to fuck."
No.
I see. I don't think it happens like that. Yeah, exactly.
But that's what I'm saying. When you're getting to know, sorry, but that's what I mean. But when you're getting to know them and you're at that comfortable pace, to be like, why can we just keep this as a friends to benefit type of thing?
So you want a natural chase, and when the natural chase is gone, they chase you, they woo you, and then when that's gone, then you're like, okay, now we can fuck friends with benefit.
Not necessarily, but I'm like, that's what you see. If a man has that intention, they just want to fuck. I'm like, you're not just gonna hit someone in a DM straight away like, yo, I just want to fuck. You're gonna get to make them comfortable.
That's true. That's the game.
And then you're gonna say that.
Yes.
But do you know what?
But yes.
But I will say though, as guys, sometimes we do this thing where because we feel like we know what girls are gonna do, even though they say one thing but they mean another thing. So we preemptively make moves that it's like, okay, I'm gonna make sure I do this now so she doesn't do that. So because she's gonna do this. Does that make sense?
Everybody's playing the game.
But the thing about that though is that sometimes you might run across a girl that actually means what she's saying. So you're out here doing all of this nonsense, and she's actually means like, I just want to fuck.
Yeah, but
and I have met those girls.
Do you trust that gender to really mean what they say?
The thing is,
excuse me.
I usually preemptively as well. You already go in knowing the girl's character.
I would usually say that, but I'm even talking about girls that I'm not romantically involved with.
Yeah.
Like my friends that are telling, like they're giving me the real. Do you get what I'm saying? Like they're telling me what's really, really popping right now. Do you get what I'm saying? And they're like, he's doing all of this, but I don't care. And I'm like, you actually don't care. But the thing is, on the guy's side, I could see why he's going left, right, and making all of these moves because he thinks you care. Do you get what I'm saying? Like we've all been that guy that has, you're talking to one girl and there might be another thing that is there, and she'd be like, "What are you doing?" It's like you just either you air the question or you just don't reply and say you fell asleep. Do you get what I'm saying? But she knows what's popping. But she knows what's popping though. Do you get what I'm saying? And it's like, you don't have to lie to me about that. Like we're just fucking, like just let's fuck.
Yeah, but I hear you, and the reason is most people, like a lot of people, you'll tell them, if you're just fucking someone, they tell them, I was just fucking another thing. A lot of guys, it's a risk that you're taking, knowing that like if I was honest with you with this, even if we're just fucking, if I tell you I'm in the process of fucking another girl, you might be like, we're not fucking anymore. And then next week, that girl's not on it anymore.
No, I understand. I completely understand.
You gotta play it safe. You gotta just be like, sleeping in it.
Yeah, but that's what.
But when you men are fucking multiple women at the same time, are you?
Who's you men fucking multiple women?
Not me.
Are you putting a strap on it? Because
that's a wild question.
No, because there's men will just try hit a raw and be like, hello, no, because I don't know how many bodies you've been catching.
But the thing is, yeah.
No, it's a genuine question.
But this is the thing, yeah. It's not my job to take care of your health. If I'm out here fucking everything.
Yeah, but it's your job to take. But it's your job to take care of your health, because if you're coming to fuck the next girl raw and you are fucking other people raw, you are bringing.
If I'm fucking, you give me chlamydia, that's on you.
Katie said fuck the condom.
No. If I'm fucking, you got chlamydia, that's on you.
This is the thing.
Why you let me fuck you wrong?
This is the thing. If you respect yourself to a certain level and you want to keep yourself healthy and stuff like that, some guys will put their dick in the middle of a couch if they could. Like,
wow, is it that deep?
For some man, it actually is that deep, and so that's why it's not his job to take care of your health. It's your job to be like, right, don't be thinking about all the girls that he's fucking raw, blah blah. Just make sure that he's not fucking you raw. If you're so uncomfortable with it, do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get where I hear what you're saying.
That's a good point. Because if, like, at the end of the day, you were letting him fuck you raw.
True.
So the responsibility of your health is on you. So why are you letting him fuck you raw if you're worried about all of that and whatnot? So I guess. Did we answer your question?
Man, fuck them condoms, man.
Are you happy now? We
yeah,
play
no.
the game because it's just human nature for people to let up after they obtain what they want. Anyway,
but it's like, but do you men not fear? That's my thing.
Fear what? Fear what?
Because fear, like, what if the next girl you just enter raw had something and you didn't know, and then the next day you're going to the clinic and be like, yo.
No, every day is that.
No, okay, let me read from a perspective that I'm single. No, I'm not gonna be hitting every girl raw. Like it's black and white. Like, I'm not gonna be doing that. So, like, I'm gonna take responsibility. I'm gonna be mindful of my own health. I'm gonna be mindful of her health. I don't know her background, so let me just be safe.
Also, you take little clues here and there. You walk into the house.
But have you never like hit wrong and then you're like, the whole next week you're like, fuck, why did I do that? And you're just deep in life and you're like, I should go get checked. I
don't think I've put myself in that position.
Do men get checked?
Yeah.
How often?
How often? In uni, because it was free, pretty often.
Yeah.
I had to get, like, there was 2 times where I knew I had to get checked. I was like,
Wow.
I was with some dusty girls.
No, there wasn't because there were some dusty girls. No, full transparency, it wasn't because there were some dusty girls. It was because that, like, they went to sleep with other people and then I slept with them again. But it's not like the girl was like dusty. I'm not gonna say that. It's just because they went off, I went off, and then we reunited, and I was like, nah, because I didn't know the other person. I don't know what they had done with the other person. I didn't know how safe they were being or whatever. Yeah. So in those cases, I had to be like, yeah, no, I had to get checked.
You know what guys do as well? She's buff. She can't have anything.
Pretty privileged.
It's like, what? She's buff. You know?
I've heard that pretty privilege before.
Yeah.
All the time.
So how's the weekend, guys? Anyways, we even get to the check up on that. How's your weekend?
I was outside, bro.
We
I was outside for the wedding first. Outside.
One hand in the air for really outside.
Noella was posting like a bad big. I know she has 2 more pictures that she hasn't posted.
I know.
That she posted this week.
I actually don't.
Like we post clips. Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
I actually don't. That was the picture you saw in the black dress. That's it.
That's all you posted for today.
Women post like albums.
No, with your girls.
No.
How was outside actually? You guys tell me. No, the vibes of like, was it like, were people like tentative to go back, or was it like,
outside was anticlimactic, to be honest. Like outside,
where'd you go?
I went to Globe on Georgia Street, and like the music was just so outdated. I couldn't get my head around that. We've been in a lockdown for 2 years.
2 years, yeah.
And I'm walking into a place and I'm hearing ABBA. I'm hearing Macklemore still.
Why are you surprised?
Bro, why am I hearing Macklemore
Is it
still?
Oimbo?
We're still
Cardi B's dropped some jams.
What is
Pop Smoke did it, left, and then still has some jams going.
Wait, hold on, wait.
Like, what?
Wait. Look, why are you surprised?
Wow.
We're still hearing Snoop Dogg smoke weed every day. What are you talking about? Like,
bro,
this isn't news.
I was just let down. And the whole thing is, with Nights Out now, you have to commit to something at the start of the week. Like, that's the thing. People think we're outside, but we're technically not outside.
We're not outside at all.
You have to commit to something. Why am I planning outside on a Monday when it's not till Friday? And I've only been out on the Sunday. Like, it doesn't appeal to me at that moment. I'm not in the mood for it. Even trying to like galvanize people, get people together to go out. It's like, why do I have to ask on a Monday? Bro, just like, because you have to book stuff now in advance. Otherwise, you're not getting into anywhere. We were in Globe. They started playing ABBA. Yes, sir. I can't book. Fuck out of here. Get that out of here. So we left.
Well, look, I like that though, because people will flakeless. People, if you take deposit of everybody €20, yeah, or we lose this deposit for this booking on a Monday, come Friday, even if you're not in the mood, people are less reluctant to give up their €20.
I understand that.
I wasn't fucking about. I was like, this will walk it. Let's walk out then. So we walked out.
I paid €20 for my ticket. I had to go.
You were to see Noella was on a wedding on a Friday, yeah.
Yeah, everyone was like, how?
Like, I'm going out again tomorrow. Like, how are you people doing this?
Jordan, do you know what? I actually don't know how I did it, because once we got back from your wedding, I went to bed and I was contemplating. I was like, girls, I don't think I'm going to come out. They're like, oh, you have to come out, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, look, I'm after spending money on this ticket as well. It's either I stay at home and watch the event through Snapchat, or I actually attend the event. Because I'm like, I can't watch it through Snapchat. So I was like, let me go. Do I regret going? Yes, because what was it? Just full of children. And that's another thing, because we've been in lockdown for 2 years. All the youths, they haven't been out in the...
They haven't had nights out.
They haven't had night out. They don't know what the clubs,
That's true, you know. People that were like 16 when all this started.
Around 18.
Have to do birthdays indoors. And this is like their first event that they can go outside.
They didn't even have Freshers Week, you know.
I didn't see. The thing is, I don't even get when these events used to go on, I used to get FOMO. Now I look at it, I'm like, thank God I'm not there. Like,
at least the place we went to was over 21s. But bro, like, if you go,
but even the thing, over 21s, you'll still get the kids.
And there's some youth in your ear, like, I can't believe I'm outside.
We just knew. I just knew walking up. You just know when you know
but
younger
what was the
kids.
vibes like? Were people like? Was it like as a fucking COVID. Because when I went to the UK, you would never believe COVID even happened.
Oh yeah, even
Yeah,
inside there, you wouldn't think
People
COVID
say
is
that's
real.
like-
Probably children
There is
sharing
no
drinks.
mask, like
Nudging each other.
nothing.
Dance floor smelled like farts. Like it was all like. It was
We
like
back
everything.
outside.
You even
Big
forget that
place
COVID
crammed,
exists. You're like,
like-
what COVID? Where? What's COVID?
That's good because I remember listening to people saying, "Oh, people are gonna be shy and tentative to go back out and to resume to normality."
In
I was like, I don't think
fairness,
so. You know,
I kind of was, even though I was, I kind of got real claustrophobic. I didn't want to be around where there's too many people. So we were either out in the back, the smoking area, where there was actually space where you can kind of distance yourself, or I was on a table. So
bad B.
What?
No bad B. How'd you get on the table?
What VVIPs
pretty
and that?
privileged.
Noella was
joking.
posted on a
Nah, I'm
private.
joking.
I saw Noella posted on a private. I'm like, look at this girl. Look at this.
I knew Jordan was because someone was pouring alcohol in my mouth, and I just knew Jordan has to
Privilege,
come
you can stand
in.
at the table. If I stand at the table,
I was just happy you didn't have your tongue out.
on me off that table.
I was happy you didn't put your tongue out like a bad B. I was like,
No.
keep your tongue inside. Keep your tongue inside.
You know them more?
But even there was space, there was no one touching me. Like I wasn't, because it was very cramped. That's the thing. It's like there was they sold 600 tickets, but obviously there was more people. Like it was just too packed for my liking. Whereas I feel like now,
I got that.
what the promoters should do, back in the days, Rights Venue used to do the under 18s, whatever. They had their night, and then they had the olders had a different night. I'm
Yeah.
like, if you kind of split it out,
Like delegate the night. Yeah.
exactly. Like I don't want to be partying with my brother's age mates.
Yeah.
Like,
You know what?
like,
It's funny because every generation goes through this. Remember, we went through this as well. We're like, there should be plus 25 events. There should be plus 25.
I've never bothered about that. Like, because it's like they're gonna be there regardless. I'm just not gonna pay attention to them. Do you get what I'm saying?
But you think
it's
that, but
hard.
you say that. But what if at 18 she was 17, but she looks about 23, and you try to move to her, and then you're catching a case
It's
the
not
next
even
day?
that. Like I was in a bar before. I was in a bar with one of my boys a few weeks ago, and these like 19-year-old kids were like just trying to draw our attention, like lads, like. And at one stage, one of the guys leaves from the table, and they just start sitting at our table. It's like sometimes you don't want to see them, but they're in your ear, like, you know what I mean? And then there's another thing, like you said, like you might catch case, like,
Yeah, but also
that might happen.
But also because of COVID, someone that was probably 19 is like 21 now, so they're in the over 21s anyway. It's like
Yeah,
See,
and I think that's like the
you're-
most unfair case for you to be placed as plus 18, so I can assume you're 18, talk to you as if you're 18, treat you as you're 18 because you're here and you're supposed to be 18, and now so you're in a case. I think that happened it happens to
Akon.
basketball players.
It happened to Akon.
And I'm just like, it seems to me it's like someone, like even management should take some accountability for that.
Bro,
Why are you letting them in his place for
I would have
to the ones that are
sued-
18?
Well, like
I
some
would've
people
sued the
don't.
ass
It's
of that
more
club.
about the money. Like if you think of it,
I
you're making.
know,
Yeah,
I
but-
know they go. But
the-
what I'm saying is, it's like unfair. Like someone like Akon, I'm here assuming everybody's an
Yeah,
adult.
I
She's an
suppose.
adult, so I'm gonna approach her as she's an adult because she's
an
here.
adult, yeah.
And now I'm catching a case. I'm gonna sue management. Why'd you let her in?
Bro, I'm suing the whole club because
Do you
the thing
diligence?
is,
Yeah.
you had one job. Make sure that no underage people got in here.
And it was scary as well because before we got there, they're like, "Oh, I checked social media. Like, bring your ID." They're checking ID. So here's me panicking, not knowing if I had my ID with me because I can't remember the last time they ever asked me for ID on a night or even buying alcohol. But luckily enough, I did have it on me. So I brought it with me. Here's me get to the door. Not one person checked ID. Everyone was trying to rush through.
See what I mean?
So I'm like,
You'll be there because I know me and my boys were in clubs when we were 16. Because I know one of them has an older brother, and it's funny because the older brother would have like 3 IDs. So like my boy, like his older brother would have 3 IDs and would take one. Black people, they all 18-year-olds, they all think we're looking like 16. We're inside the home here. By 17, they're going out in town. So in that case, you're like already seeing 17-year-old boys out there, 16 years old.
Bro, I was 17 in the club.
So see, obviously it's gonna happen the other way around. Like that's how I would find it. Like that case is like unfair
Even
to
what's
catch.
called like there's one girl I know that she's been going club with her sister since she was probably like 15, 16. Like, and she'd always be there. And the thing is, she looks older as well. Like, if someone moved to her, I'd be like, I can see why you moved to her. She's a party at this time, and also she just looks older as well. Do you know what I'm saying? But it's crazy though.
but do you not feel like that kind of takes away the fun of like, because you've been doing it since you're so young that when it's kind of you've lived it.
You start to like it gets dead quick. Like anything in life, the more you
Then
do
people start going to raves. That's what they start doing next. It's like the nightclub isn't enough for them, so they go to all the edgy spots with the D8s and stuff.
and then
Yeah.
they start going to
Coke
like
and shit. Like, it's mad.
They start going to those flipping tents at the back house and nowhere.
bro.
That's why I'm kind of glad my mum actually didn't let me go to a club
Yeah,
till I
I'm trying
actually
to-
was 18.
I'm trying to go to one of those. What
She's
you
like,
guys-
you're not going to the club.
Those are your college days. They just bring it to like an industrial estate. you'll go to one of those industrial places, you just walk in, just techno. At like 5 o'clock, and people are leaving at like 9 a.m. and some people are leaving. Oh, my shift starts in an hour. I'm like, you're going to work?
Yeah,
you're going to work like this,
bro. I don't know how they do it. They're not on a wink of sleep. They're like doing an 8-hour shift in retail or something.
Wasn't
just like, bro,
never stop. That's if there's no. That's actually you're laughing, but I mean
Stop
serious.
when I die.
If you have a really long busy time or weekend or like this bare shit planned, don't stop, because the moment you stop, everything's gonna crash.
The moment you put it, like, it's always one of those, like, even after a long day, I always feel like, even driving home, like, if I kept working, I'd be fine. But then I'm like, the moment my head lands on a pillow,
you're gone.
Even me, I've got to set an activity on my hangover, because if I sit there in my bed contemplating, having that thing that have what's it called, a fear or something, when you start thinking about everything that happened, like it's just long.
So what your uncle make about the wedding compared to the white wedding compared to the trad wedding then?
It's different.
Because for me, like, obviously it was my wedding. One thing I will say is I'm glad we did it consecutively, like one month after another, because I wouldn't have survived. Like, now they would have survived. I would have just been like, it's long to have to plan this one for another year, because you're never going to be set on a plan. You're not ever going to be like,
something always changes.
This is what's going to happen. The guess this is going to change. Something's always going to be altered. There's something. But first of all, I just do want to give a shout out to all the groomsmen and the bridesmaids and the homies. Shout out to you guys.
Everybody understood the assignment.
Everybody knew came and partied and danced the
Gun fingers, we really outside.
For me, first thing I would like to say is, like, I'm glad we did it consecutively.
Yeah.
So I could just be like, bang, bang, got it out. But I would find what the trad was more vibes, because it's like more freestyle, more free flow, like free flow, and you don't have time constraints. Whereas this one, you're at the church at this time, food at this time, it's served at this time, blah, blah. So, and I'm always like, I always find myself looking at the time, be cautious at the time. Okay, what time is it now? What time is it now? So I think that kind of not took away from it, but it kind of just made me more like cautious of what was to happen then. Not that I didn't have fun. Like, I think after the after party started,
I still think it was good, but obviously if we're comparing it to, like you said, the trad is more like, it was more free. It was like, obviously it could have went on longer as well if the DJ didn't pack up and leave.
The trad is just vibes. After you do the ceremonial part and you just dancing.
Oh man, and the dance.
It's just dance, and the food is nicer.
Yeah,
because we're
we
supposed
had
to actually get African food for this one as well. But obviously the caterer, the portion that they're like, obviously I'm not gonna bait them, but the portion that they were like offering was tiny. We weren't ever gonna feed everybody, and for the more portion it was like way more money. So we just said, like, look, we've already done the trad. We fed people African food.
Yeah.
So this one, like,
People weren't even that hungry at this one.
Yeah, that's true.
I'll take a puff over a cheesecake any day.
Fam.
But see, you did it good where you had finger food after when everyone was arriving, and then the main, and then you even had the buffet after.
The buffet after.
So that kind of.
Hold on, you man were trying to get people drunk with the fam. We are sitting at the table. This wait was just coming with wine. Wine?
Yeah.
Bro, your glass halfway. You want some more?
Wine,
You want some more?
She was on it.
I was here for it.
You know them ones. You know when you work in like hotels or whatever, and they're trying to get rid of the food. Like,
I was there for that.
go. But y'all see Noella. Noella was like LeBron and D Wade for that flower.
She caught the shit out that
She
bouquet.
needs to give me my flower. I'm still waiting.
Where Jordan like picked half the guys that were wifed.
That was actually so funny. I should have still picked Martin. I don't know why I didn't.
Who's the picking the end? I left.
Eddie.
Oh, okay.
That was so funny. I don't even know what Eddie said. I remember Martin was like, I'd give you love and affection.
Because obviously all the like Chris came up, Nate came up, family girl, get out.
I went through the game straight away. I was the first one up.
Because you knew if your babe saw the video.
Oh, it's long, bro. I'm not gonna start spitting game.
You're trying to be hard, aren't you?
And it's actually annoying because I wasn't allowed to turn back, so I actually didn't see after
Why
all
did
the
you want to
family.
catch that flower so bad?
Do you know what? Because I've caught 3 of them, so I might as well just keep going.
I saw her elbowing people like Fellaini in the crowd.
It was me and Wara. We were there. She was like, "Simmy." I was like,
Noella was jumping.
do you know what? I already knew I was catching it. Like I just knew I was catching it. I was like, that's coming to me. I was standing right in the perfect position. When she got,
it was just alley hoop. It's just jump 2 hands in the air. 2 hands in the air. Nobody was gonna play it. But nah.
Someone's pull up that video, by the way.
I have
it on
it.
socials.
Yeah, no, I have the videos as well. I'm gonna
has
post on the socials a part of this conversation.
Bro, like,
and then the next day I was getting called. One of my church members, like one of my friends, Brandy, she called me, says church aunties. Then this is what I don't get here. Why does this church aunties come to weddings now?
Yeah,
just to go bitch.
Do you know what? It was mad because they all just sat there. I'm like, why are you here? Just go home.
Church aunties go
like no one is actually forcing you to be here.
No, they start complaining about the dancing and the kissing.
But I'm like, it's a wedding. What do you
But for
expect
context,
people?
these almost a kiss twice in the whole wedding. Like,
Yeah.
twice.
Bro.
Like, we're sitting there like, boo, like, kiss, man.
That was mad respectful, bro.
Yeah.
My tongue is going down your throat. I'm grabbing your ass. What, bro? What?
Noella said.
Do you know what? You're already married.
Noella, what did you say before the point? You said you leave a lick face.
Yeah, I'm licking face, bro. I'm even looking at the crowd while I'm doing it.
I'm sucking tongue, everything, bro. And you can't say shit. If your dad can't say shit, because we're married now.
Yeah, that's true.
He gave you away.
That's true.
Like,
He literally came to the altar and says, "Take my daughter."
Exactly.
I swear it's aunties as well that say you can only do this, that, and the third if you're married.
Yeah.
And then I'm married.
Abby.
This is my wedding.
You can do this not in front of us. They say like you didn't have. They were like, oh, not respect for the elders. It was very inappropriate. Leave, fam.
Bro,
It's my wedding. But the most important thing is they're not even my guests. So I'm not even that worried about them. They're like,
You'll never see them again.
Yeah, my guests. As long as they had fun and the
We
missus
showed
had
up.
fun and they showed up, I don't give a fuck about
Wait,
it.
can we have a moment? Jordan's suit was drippy, bro.
Jordan's
Too drippy.
Shout out Tommy Tick. Tommy Tick.
on the sleeve.
Did you see this?
No.
Because of inside.
That suit was drippy.
There was nice little touches at the wedding I really appreciate. Like what the Chelsea tables.
Yeah, that was good. That was very good. I like that.
Not all of it.
I told my babes, I'm like, you see all this planning you're doing, yeah? The one thing that I've planned is good. It's what's gonna stick in people's mind. Because at the end of the day, weddings look like weddings. Like you can plan a wedding, but it looks like a wedding.
It's a wedding at the
Exactly,
end
it's
of
a
the day.
wedding.
Yeah.
So it's like those small details. People are like, after a while, it was like mid-wedding. Like her sister came up to me. My wife's sister came up to me. And she was like, "Are the tables named after Chelsea players?" I was like, "Yeah."
He's fucking Ruben Loftus Cheek. What's he doing? Who by my man?
No, it's a rule because they gave us table numbers, and she gave us like it was number 1 to 17 or 18 or whatever.
Right.
So I had to pick my favorite Chelsea players to wear that certain
With
number.
each respective number,
Yeah, so number 14, there was not a number of great Chelsea players that wore number 14.
Like Remy, no? You know that?
Probably, but I don't like them like that. So that's what it was based on, really. It's like those little touches, and in my speech, I put a J. Cole lyric in there.
Yeah,
Let me read that part. Let me do that.
I actually missed all of the speeches, you know.
It's all on the speech. Nah, I love
No,
the
you
speech.
didn't. You were at the table though.
I was at the tail end of Jordan's one. Apart from that, I missed
let me just
everything
read the
else.
first part. Yeah, let me just read.
You read it.
It was September of 2021. Wait, no, shut up, right. It was September of 2011 when God let me meet my piece of heaven.
Nah, read the whole thing. We're here now.
Okay, let's
Give
go.
us a 16, okay. Yeah.
Not so long after, a friendship blossomed. Every day I realized how you were awesome.
Come on.
I remember the first day at the bowling lane. Our friendship changed. It was never the same.
Behave.
Through college from DCU to DMIC, I'm glad I fell in love with you, Simbi. As everything grows, it's destiny change. You're the love of my life, and I'm glad that you came.
Who helped you write that?
Me, I wrote literally the night before when I was in the room with Chan.
Really?
I used to rap, fam. I used to be Jamin Wild. It was trials, it was tribulation, it was hard at times. You found the room to love me through the mistakes of mine. I remember being nervous on a fateful August day. The words yes is all I wanted you to say. So I'll keep it short and tweets so people can post this and get off their tweets.
That's actually sick. That's actually. That's actually. My speech to my husband is gonna be quick and simple.
If Nate was really the best man, I should have put middle child in the background.
Yeah. Jordan's been on gas ever since that wedding as well, man. Just like I'd say the mental toll it takes out of you as well, and just like
The relief.
the preparation, like everything.
That's you finish. You're just attending weddings now.
Thank God.
What weddings?
Oh yeah, everybody get married.
What weddings?
Get married.
When will you marry?
Put your mic first there before you talk.
When
Also,
will you
when
marry?
get married?
I'm in the streets.
What's it like? What's it like?
She belongs to the streets.
What's it like in the streets? Tell me.
Do you know what?
It's a cold world, bro.
It's actually cold because I just don't know. Like I don't want to be there, but there's nobody taking me out of the street.
Can I just say?
Someone goes to me, you're always out, and I'm like, yeah, but you're not doing anything about it to take me off the street. So what do you want me to do?
She said, "Are you effing me or not?"
Put a ring on it then.
But I feel like I just don't know what it is. The guys who are kind of in the streets want to be in the streets, so it's hard to find something serious. Or maybe I'm looking in the wrong place. I could be searching in the wrong areas.
Yeah, because you're in the streets looking at
the people that are around me are just street people, so that's probably why I'm not. Yeah. So nothing serious will come out of it.
Are you one of those girls that go over after the same guy in just different bodies?
After what?
You know some girls just
Like
go after the same guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thing with me is, I would say I have a type, but I don't attract my type, if that makes sense. I kind of just like what I like. If we're together and we vibe, but I'm like, oh, okay. Like, do you know that kind of way? Yeah. But no, to answer your question, I don't, because the people that I've linked, nobody that, like the bait people probably have never linked them. So
what's that thing about bait?
I'm just saying, like, no one.
She's saying, like, do you like the same kind of guy, but you just find him different times?
You know, the girls. All men are trash, but you're dating the exact same guy.
Yeah. No, mine have never been the same. They're all.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, Jordan would know. I have a favorite though.
We will talk about that. Do you know what my babe texted me today? She says, I'm having wedding blues. I was like, well, what's going on?
The fuck is the wedding blues?
What's going on? She says when the wedding is over and all the excitement and the build-up ends, and now you're just kind of like sad that it's all ended.
That happens with a lot of things.
And I was like at first I laughed and I was like, I get it. Yeah. Because it's consumed your life for the last 5 months. Like you've been planning, texting, buying things. Like, you know what? It happens when you even finish a series. You watch 8 seasons of a series.
True.
I hate that.
And then when you finish, you just kind of feel like that sadness for some reason. You just kind of like.
And you have some attachment to it. It's like you didn't even have closure to it because it ended so quick. Like,
exactly.
Me, I'm not gonna lie. Like I had almost that build up to your wedding because I'm just like, you know.
I was gassed. I was looking forward to it like it was my own wedding.
Oh my god. I felt like I was like, get me to this wedding.
I say
you're gonna go on
and then. You know, it just happens and it's done.
Yeah.
I had a panic attack when my clothes didn't come. I was like, what my winter Jordan's wedding? I was like, Jordan, I'm not coming to your wedding. Like, I don't have clothes. Like, I was stressed.
I think everyone had a problem with the outfit. My outfit showed up on the day.
Jesus. Mine came the night before.
I think some guy went to get theirs that morning. One of my, like, Simi's bridesmaids plus one. He went to get his that morning. Like, I was going to say, it got tight. Because remember, there was 100 people initially. So, like, we had 100 people invited. And then they said on the 22nd, you can invite more people because outside is opening. So we couldn't wait till the week off. So I invited people. I was like, David, pull up. John, pull up. Chico, pull up. Now it's the week off. It's like Monday or Tuesday, and they're telling us
the restrictions. Then they're like, even the government are saying, don't be too happy. We'll see you on the 22nd. I'm like, we invited 30 extra people to that 100.
And you can't just be like,
and
don't
people
come
have taken annual leave. People have taken time off work. So I'm deep in it, and they're like, we like that hotel center was like, look, if they say you can't do it, then you have to take 100 people. I was like, how are we gonna text 30 people? And you know, people like, I've lost friends because of this wedding. Like, people have stopped talking to me because like the restrictions of the
you didn't invite me to your wedding.
Yeah, the restrictions of the poor restrictions on the trad. And I was like, look, I don't think you could come. Then they took it off, and like I've lost friends, like blocked, deleted everywhere. I was like, it's calm, whatever.
To be honest, if they didn't make the list, were they really friends?
No, they were friends. But at the beginning, it was just tight because the parents, especially for the trad, the parents had more guests for the trad, and we had more guests for the white. They were like, you had your core people.
So then probably by the time you came back around to invite them,
exactly,
you was probably blocked and all.
Yeah, I was blocked already. So I was like, it's over.
Wait, hold on. What's actually wrong with people?
That doesn't matter.
Because I don't understand that. Like,
if I was invited to a wedding and they told me I couldn't come, I'd be upset.
No, they were invited, but under
restrictions. Yeah, no, I'd understand under restriction, but you'll still be upset, like, oh, because now you're gonna have to watch through Snapchat. The people that could go, and you're like,
this is happening
I could have been there.
I was seeing Deja Vu, and I'm like, now I'm gonna have to tell people they can come. People are gonna take it personal. They're gonna take it hard. And it's not even me. It's even, I said, go fight the government, fam. But luckily, then they were like, it's grand. You can have people. They were even supposed to end early, but the hotel lady was like, we don't care anymore, just open it up. So I was like, fair enough. That can happen. So I was glad that everybody then could come and enjoy. This guy was fast. Chico was gone. You and Joe kept going outside.
I was the only sober. I wasn't even drunk like that, and I was wanted to get.
Bro, I didn't even get drunk like that either, and I was
so angry because I wanted to get drunk. I was like, I need to be drunk to the point where I'm seeing double or I'm falling, and that didn't happen. Yeah, but I've been drinking since the night before.
Bro.
Like,
well, sometimes it's like your body probably got used to it.
Maybe that's what's happening.
Like I didn't eat like that. I was in work all day, so I wasn't even sleeping right or anything like that. So we went to the hotel, and on the little intermission between, and we had a little.
Oh, we went to the hotel intermission.
Me, John, and Chico. And
then you pulled up to the thing after. That's a smart idea.
70 CL in Malibu by myself, like within like an hour and a half or something.
Bro,
that's a smart idea.
I wanted to get finished.
Even he wanted to fight me. He's like, Noella, what happened to us getting licked? I was like,
bro, this girl was supposed to be my drinking buddy. Like she was like, I got the plug in it. I got the alcohol
I
in
bought
it.
the drinks.
I got the drinks. I got the alcohol.
I had them.
Bro,
You know how the well sounds in your head.
she gave me.
Ask she talks some bro.
That's what Noella gave me.
What you give him?
One shot of Hennessy. One.
But you know
That Hennessy wasn't even mine. I had to rub off John Tamboy.
yeah. John pull up with Hennessy. I'll pull up with Malibu. She go pull up.
We had tequila, we had the Serrano, we had the wines.
Tell me
and-
how much ask her how much I've done.
After that, I realized it was my wedding. So I kept going to people. I went to like, Martin, it's my wedding. Buy me a drink. So yeah, come. I was like, Sam, it's my wedding. Buy me a drink. So yeah. I was like, why did I not do this from the beginning? People are willing to buy me a drink.
Jordan was licked.
Jordan was so licked.
But you know what though? Jordan was a good licked. He was a happy licked.
Yeah.
Jordan kept walking around going, I'm on back, it's straight the back right there. And he kept coming back around giving me J. Cole lyrics. But
you know what I will say? The venue is beautiful.
Yeah.
It was actually paying, man.
All the misses that way. I remember when we went to view all those venues, I was like, this is not even, I'm just here so I don't get fined. I'm literally here so I don't get fined. But I wanted to ask, now you guys have gone to Trad and you've gone to Y. Do you think you'll be doing both?
Yeah, definitely.
If I had a choice, I'd probably only do the trad, you know.
Yeah.
I only want to do the trad because that's
But I tried is very simple.
That's what I mean. But it
Well, I'm
depends
not
which
able to go
culture I
first.
marry though. Like if I marry a Congolese man, I'm extra, so I'll try and make it extra.
So you try to do it like in a hall. Because I know in our
Yeah.
tradition they do it like
We just do it in the
we do
girls'
like in the
backyard,
girls'
and
backyard,
it's
you
just
get a
done in
tent,
the house,
that's it.
and that's
Whereas
it.
the
The
nice
white
trads-
for us is the main event, more so than the trad. But it just depends what culture I get married into, I guess.
But while I'm saying take me off the streets like 4 times of this pod, my niggas, if you're listening, I know Sammy's gonna be angry, but if you're listening, contact me. I can link
Sammy,
you
nah,
quickly.
sorry.
Oh, yeah, well,
You had your chance.
Why do you think you'll only do one?
Because, like, first of all, I'm not a big fan of spending bags on weddings anyways. Like, with everything in life, yeah, they tell you to be smart with money, smart with money, smart with money. But as soon as it comes to the wedding,
It's only one day. It's the best day of your life. You'll only do it once.
But the thing is, if I say, okay, I'm turning 21 once in my life, I'm gonna go take out my life savings and spend 30 bags on my birthday. Someone will look at me like this.
is that
Like, are you okay? Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, when it comes to like thinking about the wedding financially, it's kind of like, even because it's not, the thing is not even about, it's almost not about the money for me as well. Like, I don't mind if we took the money like and just splashed it on a ridiculous honeymoon or something like that. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, why am I paying for all these people to party? I might not even enjoy that shit like that. Like, do you get what I'm saying? And I just feel like the trad is cool.
Like, I just enjoy the vibe of the trad, the food of the trad. Like, I just think my mom would get into her bag with preparing the food and stuff like that. Zambians, even in terms of attire, that we wear kilts.
Oh, mad.
We were trad at the top in kilts because we got colonized by the Scottish. So we I don't know why we're dickheads.
Crazy.
We celebrate being colonized. So like we wear kilts
That's
at the
mad.
bottom too. So I'm like, that's lit. And I think I'll find a way to move the goalposts a little bit where I have elements of like the white wedding.
Yeah, but that's the thing. You can do fusion.
Like, you can do whatever the hell you want.
Yeah. Because I know I watched this a story on recently, like just last weekend on Instagram, and someone did fusion. They did try and white. They just did
I think you can hybrid it like that, yeah.
I'd
They
still,
hybrided it.
yeah, I don't know. I'll probably end up doing both, but just knowing the type of person I am, I've always envisioned my wedding since, you know, us women, since we were young. So
That's
like,
what my missus
I
was
know
saying. She was
for.
like, she's like, this is the prettiest I've ever felt in my life. I feel like a princess today.
Can I just say respectfully, your missus was looking great.
You ain't gonna be respectful about that.
He's like, some people respect. She's Spanish plus.
Yeah, she was like, this is the prettiest I've ever felt in my life. I feel so pretty. Some guys, I'm like, yeah, that's the moment that she probably had in her mind.
Did Simi wear her veil down?
No, she didn't. I was gonna be like, I can't remember, but I can't remember.
No, I don't think so. No.
She didn't, but look, it's good for her because like the parents got the trad and they were happy with that, and she got to look like a princess and feel the prettiest, so she felt with her life. And I was just vibing for both.
Yeah.
I was fighting having so many events. I was like you. I was like, why are we having 3 events? Because we had the introduction at Simi's house,
Yes.
then we had the trad, and then we had the white. I'm like,
How was the intro? Like, was that just your two families?
and your mom was there,
I know
and
she
Toto
was
Jerry was there, so and other members of the family, like my pastor. We actually brought like 15 people, and then like 15 people, so it was like just below 40 people.
Yeah.
Just at our house. So that was nerve wracking because I didn't know how it would go, and I always say I'm like glad Nathan was there because he was busting jokes.
Yeah.
He was just like laughing.
And he held your nerves.
Yeah, he kept my nerves down. So it was like introduction, trad. And then white, I was like, I was fighting. I was like, why are we having 3 events? Why do we?
And it's mad because you did the intro the day before the trad.
The trad, yeah. But The three friends were lit.
Yeah.
Like, I don't usually have parties to my name. I've never had birthday. There was a time that people were doing birthday dinners. Remember that era?
Yeah.
Everyone was doing birthday dinners.
Nah, but like Jordan had a different look in his eye.
Jordan, you
All
got
these
lucky
events,
though,
you
I
just
feel as
look
well.
like- your face looked lit up.
People keep saying this. People say
You're happier since you're married.
We have never seen you so gassed.
Yeah,
in our life.
I'm telling you.
Even at the trad, I was like, can Jordan dance? Because like obviously like your trad is like you're dancing most of the time, and like you're gonna dance for that rent money as well. Like and bro, Jordan was barking this thing down the whole night. It's like Jordan, like you know what it is, like you know when people are like, oh, they love love and they love seeing people in love and all that kind of shit. Like you could actually just see people like actually being happy. Like bro, like
That's
even,
what you like to see.
bar the fact that you were gone off your head. Like the whole time you're just smiling, like just having fun. Do you get what I'm saying?
Back, like with his wife,
bro,
his queen.
As soon as he got in the back of that car, bro, they popped some champagne.
Yeah, that was that. They were cute moments.
I want the happiness comes from like you're marrying obviously the person you love, and the extra happiness is like the happiness you see with everybody around you. It's actually the people you love.
It's like full
everybody
circle.
you love, and you've met them at like different stages of your life. Like Glenn gave me a speech. Shout out to Glenn, and it was really emotional. And she gave me a speech about like just being at work and just feeling happiness for me. Like she just sat there. That's why she was like trolling me at 1 a.m. one day. I just opened a group chat, guys lighting me up. So she I was like 1 a.m. I'm like, we're all sleeping. So she was just like, it's like I don't even know when I met you because I would say my dad and their dad, they're like best friends. So they met like my dad was literally with their dad when he met my mom. So they're like best friends. It's like I don't even know when I met you. She's like, I was doing night shift. I was at work. I was just sitting there and I was like, Jordan's married, you know. I don't even know when I met him. He's just so happy. She just felt this joy for me.
Yeah.
And knowing that those people are there and they just feel this happiness genuinely for you, and you hope so anyways, or you feel it, and you're like, that's kind of helps the happiness. You're like, man, these people are here for me. Like the reason that these people took annual leave, they flew in airplanes, they came from Tala, they came from Trip, it's just because they want to celebrate today with me. That you're like literally I'm saying, Joe kissed me. Joe kissed me. I'm like, what? People are just so happy. It's like, man, I missed you. I haven't seen you in a minute.
Joe
like,
was loving it. Yeah,
that was good.
Yeah,
except he had Sam stay there till 2 a.m. though. He had Sam stay till 2 a.m.
I know Joe was in great form.
To have two people just there talking about football, I am. It came full circle, and then when I woke up the next day, I'm like, I don't have to hear, babe, we need to pay this for the wedding ever again.
I think the morning was cute as well. Having everyone down for breakfast.
Your morning was cute. Your morning was cute. Do you want to know what happened to my morning?
What happened?
Bro.
Listen to my hotel tragedy with John and Chico, right? So we go into this place. This place is comical, this hotel. This is like a motel in America. You know, just dusty.
Which hotel did you stay in?
The Navin.
The Ardboy. Which one?
That's in your end.
Let me air out the Ardboy.
It's the one with the. I know which one it is.
Let me air out this.
They had good food though. I can't lie. And cocktails.
This hotel because I couldn't on Twitter. I couldn't bring myself to be that guy on Twitter that exposes. But listen, this hotel was like a motel. It was like a sitcom hotel. Like we just went in, we didn't like the service we were getting, anything like that. Like we weren't getting eye contact off the receptionist, and I'm big on that, like eye contact, level of respect, customer service and stuff like that. But
That's how you know David worked in customer service. He's like, you're not doing it properly. I've done this.
But bro, those little things will make you feel
a prick
away.
to me, but like I'm not being a prick to this person. We're actually being polite to these guys. We're like whatever, like we kind of let that ride, and then whatever later, like. Each time we went down, we just felt, I don't know, we weren't being accommodated for. And then later on, we all ended up in the lobby, me, Chico, and John. And this is like fast forward, we're all frass, like dehydrated, feeling sick. And we're asking the guy, like, we're like, yo, boss, can you get us like a jug of water or something? I didn't even think he was asking a lot. I was like, can you get us? He goes, yeah, sure. He just proceeded to sit down for like 20 minutes and just chat to someone before he got us the water. It's like, what if someone threw up in the lobby or something like that? So then, me and John shared a room, right? And I wake up at like 6. Our flusher in the toilet is making a weird noise. So I'm literally just, what's going on? Like John's half 6. I'm like John, our flusher's making a weird noise. And he's like, oh yeah, say nothing, G. Like he's half asleep. So I wake up. Not way you kind of just throw your shit places when you're drunk, like even your clothes on the floor or whatever. You know, I'm not a tramp or anything, but like I was just drunk, so I just threw it there.
Tramp.
But like. The clothes are on the floor, but I wake up at like 7 a.m. or something, and I wake up at 7 and my clothes are wet. Half our room is leaking. Half our room is flooded, bro. With there was a leakage issue. So we ring like a maintenance guy, and they take another 40 minutes to come. the manager comes up, one of the other guys comes up, the maintenance guy comes up. She's like, oh, we're so sorry. So I said, John, right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to play good cop, bad cop, right? You're going to be the nice, understandable guy. I'm going to be Karen in this situation because I'm vexed at this stage. I'm like, this is bad customer service. This is inconvenience. Bro, she goes, oh my God, oh, we're so sorry. Like, we have to get the maintenance guy up. They fix the flusher straight away. I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. This is a massive inconvenience. Like what's happening in your hotel today. Like the bad service, like everything leaking around. She's like, oh, we're so sorry. We're about to check out. She's like, oh, I can dry clean your clothes. I'm like, no, we're about to check out. What's that gonna do? And she's like, oh, well, do you know what I can do? I'm waiting for her to at least
give a discount or something.
A discount or a refund or something like that. She's like, well, I'll tell you what you can do. Our bar's open right now. We can go down and get you a drink.
A Coke.
A Coke.
You're from
It
a
must be a Coke because this is like 11:30. I'm not trying to have a shot right now or anything like that. Like why are you talking about a drink? And obviously John's not even trying to be a good cop because he's just back down. He's like, oh yeah, say no, it's grand. I'm like, well, like we wouldn't mind a refund. Bro, this woman jumps down my throat. She's like, no, like we can't give you a refund. This is policy. Like you technically stayed there the whole night and all. Like and you were there the morning. It's like, no, but our room has been leaking since 7 a.m. It's like, what can you do, bro? We even leave. We check out. We drop our keys and I go right by and all this stuff. And she's just airing us like. So yeah, that was my
Wow.
morning.
While you were going through that, I was sleeping comfortably in my bed.
I saw all of you in Sharon Castle.
Do you know what? I even had to
booked the
share a
wrong hotel,
bed,
brother.
and I couldn't even feel my sister in the neck because it was that big. The bed was that.
Kind of like me and Chico John sitting in the
like-
car, tired, hating. We were looking at you and like, right now.
Yeah, because
Why didn't you
why
just
did you
book
just
it?
book
Why did you
trips?
guys book
Yeah.
trips?
No, so we left it. We did no, it was
That's what
actually.
Chico said.
When did Chico say that? It was only like
But it
20
was-
quid dear.
No, it's
see,
too expensive.
we left the plan. So we kind of left the plan into John because me and Chico were both busy throughout the week. So John kind of just saw the hour boy, and I think all of our heads went, okay, your church service is in Navan. Let's book somewhere in Navan, assuming that would stick around Navan the longest. Where really we could have just booked Trim Castle. Like that would
make
have been
more
like,
And if you
sense.
said we were staying for Jordan's wedding, you would have got a discount. Should have
Yeah.
probably told you that. I probably should have told you that.
You should have told everyone that.
I probably should have told everybody that. There was like 40 rooms extra that they would have told us. But now, other than that, yeah, your man's here legally, traditionally,
Yes.
religiously.
Spiritually.
It's Simi and me done by now.
He's only done by now, so I kept saying at the weekend. Don't go to my DMs, because my wife will fight you.
I had the video. I had to send you that video. You have to say that.
You know
She
them
will
ones.
fight you.
My wife is ready to throw hands. She gonna throw them hands.
What do you guys think of like people that like before the pod we're talking about people popping champagne? If you flaunt, yeah, if you're flaunting like you have money at champagne, and you get robbed, are you at fault? If you keep if that's like your thing, you're constantly stunting, and then they rob you, are you at fault? Because I've been seeing this thing with Molly May that she got robbed. Yeah.
No, that situation is different. I don't think like no one deserves to be robbed, regardless if you're flaunting, if you're home. Like no one deserves that. So like people saying that she deserves it because she's always flaunting. I'm like, but Molly May actually worked to get where she is. Like people be like, oh, Love Island. It might have given her that. It might have given her that kind of popularity. But she did end up working hard for, like, you know, so for her to be robbed and people are like, oh, she deserves it, that's really not nice.
And you're always going to be visible in that public eye. You know?
Yeah.
And you know what it is? Sometimes people are just showing their normal
jealous.
life,
Yeah.
and other
Yeah.
people are saying that as stunting.
And you
Do know
already
what
have
I'm
that
saying?
visibility, so it's something you can't avoid. It's what you signed up for with the fame. It's like you're always going to be exposed. Everybody know. If I want to look up her network right now, I can just look up her network.
Yeah.
She didn't ask for that. She didn't exclusively go to someone and go, pull up my network. Do you know what I mean? It's just there. And it follows her and it follows her. So she has that visibility already as she's famous. Like it's not like it's different like you said. I think it's a different example if I'm going into a nightclub and I'm getting Grey Goose I can barely afford, trying to be that guy for the night, like, you know, like I always say, mutton dresses lamb kind of thing. And then like I get rushed then at the end of the night. Maybe that's on me. Like my dad would probably even tell me that. It's like don't stunt too much, especially in
But I don't think that's on you because if you have the peas and you're able to do that life, if people are rushing you at the end of the day, they just.
But then it's the environment we're in. Put me in a place then where people can respect my peas and understand my peas and relate to my peas. Maybe I shouldn't be in an environment, and I'm not victim blaming or anything like that.
Yeah.
But maybe I shouldn't be in an environment like I shouldn't be partying maybe in the gutters. Like, do you know what I mean? If I'm rich like that, maybe I need to rub shoulders with people that are rich. And I've seen people say that they're like, I'm not gonna lie, I like being around rich people now as I elevate up because I've seen rich people that have had like a more positive attitude than poor people because poor people want to hate and have negative attitude and maybe rush you or jump you like that. Like,
You know, I hear you.
I hear that.
And I hear you. And I'm always like, whenever a tragic person happens to someone, and I always see like, okay, but what did they do? The person who's the victim, I always have like pushback because we've seen it even as like being black people, and you'll see something happening to another. Like I know this is extreme, but it's just an example, so don't take the example as like what I'm trying to say. It's just an example I'm using. Whenever there was like a police shooting, and police shot a black person, they're asking us, but what did he do? Nigga, he got shot. Yeah. Like what? Like and they say, oh, you shouldn't be resisting arrest, or you shouldn't be walking away, or like I know you should obey the law, but sometimes like we're then doing these little caveats. And someone said like they made a point. I was listening to them and they said what happens is because they have certain interactions with the police, they don't believe that the police is able to just shoot someone without a reason. So whenever police shoot someone, they're like, okay,
there has to be a reason. Yeah.
So I'm looking at Molly May. I'm like, obviously I see the tweets and I see what they're talking about. I'm like, she got robbed, and the conversation seems to be more about like why she shouldn't be stunted rather than like she got robbed. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
But you know,
it's her brand stunt, you know?
Like that, but also you know what it is as well.
True. It is literally an influencer. That's her brand. That's a
But you know what it is as well. Sometimes it's like the people like to live in this idealistic world. Like yes, nobody should be getting robbed. But now that we are in this world, let's actually go with what's happening in this world. Do certain things to make sure you don't get robbed. Not saying that Molly May did or didn't do anything. Like, okay, if I'm going to a place where niggas ain't got money like that and I'm walking around drip down the diamonds, Rolex, buying out all the bar, being loud and flashy, bro, it's not that it's my fault that it happened, but there's certain things that I shouldn't do.
Better than cure.
Yeah, do you get what I'm saying? There's certain things I should do that I shouldn't.
Which ties back to what David is saying.
Yeah, do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, like if you're from the hood and you get rich, you don't stay in the hood.
You should almost maybe even locate remote. I'm a firm believer. If I got peace tomorrow, I'd probably stay remote. I'd probably be like Keanu Reeves. You don't even know where I'm at. Bro, listen, if there's one thing that these guys do, my mom said it too. I told her that. I was like, we're actually going to discuss like Molly May. She nearly got like 800k of stuff stolen. But the first thing my mom goes is that, well, why didn't she have security? Why didn't she? But it's not as easy as having that. People, when these robber guys, when they run a robber place, they'll do money heist.
Yeah,
they will find a way. They'll plot this out. They'll be tracking you for weeks.
Like,
they'll
be standing there, like they get innovative as well. Right?
Yeah.
Like it was like we're talking about something before the pod. I'm like, hey, like people get innovative because we're talking about needles now, and I'm like, man, these people like the game. They're like thinking of new ways to sexually assault because as life progresses, people get better at everything, and I mean like everything. We get better phones, we get better cars, we get better nights out, we get better events. So people that are that way inclined to like steal, they're gonna get good at that too. People that want to sexually assault, they will find a way to get better at it. As
people that have sinister motives and you know they have like their conniving mindset is okay, high risk, high reward. So they get really strategic with it because it's like if we don't get this, we're fucked.
Yeah.
If we get this, it lands. So like they're not gonna go, let's just walk into Molly Mays on vibes and our security might be down, like just walk in, grab a few things, walk out. No, this has been plotted for weeks. Do you know what I mean? And we see it all the time, even the LA homes. The LA homes are notorious for getting robbed. Because the guys plotted out. They have guys, alright? They have guys that almost work as like admins that like check your Instagram to see if you're out. So imagine you can't be out, you can't even post a pastry in a cafe or something like that, but they're already there tracing you, ready to do, okay, he's out, let's go.
Angela Yee said she posts places after she's left.
Yeah.
Because she's like,
just save it.
If I post when I'm there, people might pull up.
Yeah.
Like I better post when I'm out of there to post.
Even there's a battle rapper, Hitman Holla. You guys know him?
I've learned that to do.
What's called? He's on Wild 'N Out, yeah. So his girl actually got shot in the face. So what happened?
That was extreme.
So what happened is niggas like he was out of town. Niggas tried to rob the place, innit? So she was home alone. She was in there. She called him. He's over the phone trying to tell her what to do. They have guns and stuff in the house. But like she starts popping off at them and they shoot her in the face, innit? But the thing is like he has a security system. I'm pretty sure it's a gated community as well. There's only really so much you can do. Do you get what I'm saying? If someone wants to rob you,
they'll find a way.
You might have to get the armed troops to
do you get what I'm saying? Like
find a way. Like
there's bro, everyone can be a victim of getting robbed. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. Even living out in the suburbs, bro, we can follow you.
Yeah, and that's what my guy when he came back from Niger, he lived in Niger for 2 years, and it's like the discrepancy because like like here in Ireland, we all live in this estate, for example, and you can't see the wealth discrepancy, so nobody has motives to steal. Whether like my dad could be a doctor, the next person could work at like retail,
Bro,
like,
construction, bro.
Yeah, there's no, because you don't see the wealth discrepancy. Nobody has motives to steal. Whereas, like for example, people with Molly May, you're seeing the wealth discrepancy. You're seeing your life, and then you're seeing her life, and you're like, shit. In your mind, you might justify it to yourself, like she has too much, so I'm gonna go steal from her, even if it's like not the thing to do, or she doesn't have too much. But that's how like that works. Sometimes when people see, if like Meek Mills decides to stay in Philly and he gets wealthy, someone's gonna be like, no, he has.
I was fitting there
he
too
has
because
enough.
like in places like you see so many stories of a rapper escapes the hood. You always see, man, that rapper escaped the hood and died in LA.
Yeah.
The reason why that is because there's no such thing as like wage disparity or anything in the hood. Do you know what I mean? So everything's communal, everything's community.
Yes.
So there's almost like night watch. Like everybody's watching.
Well, they're looking out for each
That's
other.
the best security. Someone's already watching. Someone's already at a porch watching. Going, yeah, you need to.
But
he's
if you're
fine
Pop
up.
Smoke and you come from the hood and people see how you're living,
Yeah.
they start to feel away.
But you know what's crazy as well, because like the thing is like sometimes people are just living their normal life.
I know.
But
Yeah.
my normal life, like okay, Molly May will post like, oh, I want to buy this bracelet. It just so happens that the bracelet costs about 21,000 euros.
But that's normal to her.
But that's normal to her. The same way that someone like, let's even say Noella, she'll go on and be like on Twitter and be like, hey, I want to buy this pair of shoes. They might be Doc Martens, 120. Someone might even be like, rah, 120.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? But that's just their real life. It's like, is it flexing for me to just live my real life?
Yes, because wealth. Yes, even
There-
your
but
real
there
life,
is contrast
because
there,
wealth is just like what's subjective.
Yeah.
Like someone could look at, like you were saying, some people could look at people like 40K a year, and you're rich to somebody, or you have a lot more money than me, or you're doing because it's so subjective. Whereas, like we're talking earlier about normalizing situations when Noella asked us that question. Molly May might have normalized the fact that I have this wristband, the fact that I'm dating a Fury. This is normal to her. But people from the outside are looking, I'm like, nah, man, I'm on 40K a year, I have 2 kids to feed.
Yeah.
You have 800K just lining your gaff.
Well,
Same
that's
mindset.
once again, that's a personal problem. Like
That's
no,
what they deal with it.
It's scary to guess a lot of people have that personal problem. Like it's mindset for every person that goes. For every person that goes, oh, okay, then get your money. There's another person that's going, man. Like, fuck them, do you know what I mean? And there is that contrast in wealth, like you said. Like, I see it every day, bro. I'm sitting there, I see it going every week getting new runners or whatever. Like I'm just like, geez, how does he? But my head immediately goes like, okay, you know get him. He's probably working like 50 hours just to get that. But someone else could be going, oh man, I'm gonna lick them runners. Like fuck him with his
we're the same size, yeah. Let's go.
let me get these runners. Like that's it's just mindset, but like it's scary because there's a lot of people out there with that sort of mindset, and sometimes again like it
Happened to Kim in Paris as well.
it can derive from desperation or derive, like you've heard stories of
Just
celebrities getting
jealousy.
robbed. And a guy literally grabbed the celebrity and go, listen, I need this. Like, you can do this. You can get this replaced. You probably have this insured. I need this.
Happened to a Chelsea
So they'll
player,
find
Reece
a way,
James. He was on the way playing the Champions League game. His mate, they said the people that robbed him, they robbed his like his safe. At the time when he was in there, he just had like his medals in there. They knew exactly where to go, how to get in, where to rob it. Those are people in a circle that like you think, oh, Reece James has won the Champions League. They're happy for you.
Yeah.
And you're inviting them over. They
Yeah,
know
like
what
Molly
everything is.
Mason most likely definitely is an inside job. It's people that know her house. Like
Yeah.
They'll know, how do you know like exactly where to go and where to do it? Because I know Kim was on that not Jimmy Kimmel, David Letterman. He was doing the Netflix thing, and Kim was on it. And I was like, it must have been someone, even like hotel guy,
staff, yeah.
hotel staff, someone, because they knew it. Like her story was sinister because she thought she was about to get raped. She's like, she started crying. She said, I was about to close my eyes, and I was like, okay, it's happening now. But like they robbed her stuff, and they knew exactly where it was, and like. You see on Twitter, and I hear like what you guys are saying. Actually, like sometimes move accordingly. I know it's not like victim blaming, but we don't know the hearts of people. Like I have a sister, and she's getting older and older. I can't tell her to like, oh, you're going to a club. I will tell her, be careful, boys will do this, they'll spike you, blah 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 blah. I can't be naive. I know it's not her fault if it happens, but it'll be naive of me not to give her the information. Not to be like, look, you're going to a club, this can happen, this can happen, this can happen. It's not your fault if it does happen, but it happens.
Like you said, do your own due diligence. Like
if
if I'm seeing you go to the absolute, like, I don't know, scanger spot, you know what I mean? I'm gonna tell you don't go. You know what I mean? Like it's just reviewing
exactly.
your
Like, where you going?
Yeah, like,
what's that club? I might ask Dej. I'm like, Dej, have you been to this club? She's like, yeah, that's a grand spot. Then I'm like, all right, but still be careful. But Dej is like, nah, bro. I'm like, don't go.
Even with clothes and stuff, like obviously it's like, oh, why are you telling girls not to wear this? But the thing is, I can't control everyone else in the world. Not that I'm trying to control you. Like the thing is, like, rah, what you're wearing is, I ain't got a problem with it. Do what you want. Just know that you're gonna. It's not right, but you're gonna garner a certain level of attention.
I feel like it's a thing where generations have spent years policing us women on what we should wear and not educating our men. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's a thing where it's like sometimes I even feel like if I'm wearing a dress and my breasts are out, like sometimes it makes me, I get very like insecure with my leg, and I shouldn't feel like that because, and it's a thing where like, oh, your parents are like, oh, don't wear like that because you're gonna be around men, blah blah blah. But I'm like, but men should learn to keep their eyes to themselves and just to themselves and make. And I
completely agree with you, but like men should, and I 100%
keyword
agree.
should.
Yeah, but do men like you literally before the pod? Like I'm gonna like you said before the pod about how you think you got spanked.
Yeah,
and like they shouldn't do that. Yeah, but they do, and because I have love for you, when we say it, it's not like we don't want you to dress that way. We don't want you to have fun, but we know men
just be mindful of
will be like personalize in their head because she's dressed like that. I'm entitled to this. That's stupid. But it happens. Yeah. Like a lot of stupid things are stupid, but it happens.
I can see from Noella's side too, because like it happens, but sometimes it doesn't even happen, and it doesn't even occur in the places that we think. Like my sister is she's actually quit her job like kind of recently herself, but like she was going through something with the security guard. Like I don't give a fuck, I'm gonna air it out. Fuck it. She was going through something with the security guard. The security guard was being weird with her, making inappropriate comments, the rest. She approached her manager about it. She was like, yeah, I've had this security guard that's making inappropriate comments. And it's kind of like, that's in your job. First of all, you have a duty of care as a security guard. Your job is to make sure them staff are okay.
Yeah.
You should, the last person on earth that should be making
it should be literally here for security.
I know, paint the picture. Should be a customer walking in, maybe making an inappropriate job, and the security guard drags them out. That's your line of duty, first of all, to take care of the staff. Like you're like, who would have thought like you're in an environment you're just working in a retail store and it's a security guard making you uncomfortable. Like, and I know there's these kind of connotations like, oh, security guards are a bit weird, but that's your profession. You have to protect it. Your profession is to protect. So like, it's just weird that she's in that environment where it's an unlikely person doing it in an unlikely environment in her job, and then to make that work, like she tells her manager, and her manager's like, well, maybe you shouldn't be dressing like this.
Wow.
Yeah, and where
bro,
her whole point, the whole premise of her job is to kind of dress trendy and dress, and that's what I'm saying. It's kind of like why are you telling her like, oh, she's got to dress like this?
The woman? Is the manager a man or a woman?
It's a woman,
That's the wild part.
That's even the wild.
It could be the woman.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about, the Molly May thing. And someone will tell you a problem, or Molly May will get robbed, and everybody's like, why are you fronting? Or like, I'm coming to work, he's making me uncomfortable, why are you dressed like that? Can we not? Yeah. Before we even say, okay, maybe she should be fronted, let's address the actual issue.
Because it all comes back to that. There's nowhere to run, there's nowhere to, it's not like she's working in deals or something, and they get the lowest rate, like security guards are all just weird.
But like, even I still feel where I wear like a uniform to work, I'll wear a skirt, even with tights on, you still get people saying, and I'm just kind of like, it's bad.
But I will say,
this is the thing though.
The office look, like, even not right, it's a lot of like men's fantasies.
But
I get it. I think it's builders. I feel, but you could be wearing, you could be wearing anything. I'd be wearing jeans and a top, and I feel builders are the worst for it because you could just be walking. And I'm like, but why are they like such weird?
But this is the thing, like it actually. For some certain guys, it does not matter what you're wearing. It doesn't matter whether you think you look. If you think you look buff,
builders just like chicken fillet rolls and legs, bro. That's all.
But they will anything, which I'm just kind of like, is there no women in the offices? I'm pretty sure there is. Like, you have. It's why
construction sites are like a men's prison, like that.
Yeah, but they have the safety officers that would be women and stuff.
For their lunch break and they see women.
But it's just it's really uncomfortable. Like, and I hate being in a position like that. Like. It's just, And
then they will say, like, educate your men. And I will. But
definitely.
For example, I don't know how Deji is going to educate his man. I'm sure he will. But like, I don't know how everybody else is educating.
I don't know if you're man in the fucking world.
Why would I not tell my girl, like, instead of telling your daughter to be careful, educate your boys? I will. But I don't know if everybody else is educating their boys.
Do you think sometimes
I always say it to my little brother, and I'm like, now that he's getting older, I'm like, when it comes to women, like, if a girl says no, it's a no.
Yeah,
don't leave them alone. Don't. Just leave it.
My sister, I'm like, look, don't do anything, all of this. But I don't know, like you're saying it to your brother, but there could be a Dan out there that's not getting that guidance from
Yeah,
anybody.
that's what I'm saying.
From
And
anyone.
it's key that you say you tell your brother like that. And sometimes I think it's like, is our even perception of women is the influence from the women within our house. Because I have such a high level of respect for my mother that I nearly carry that approach with every woman across the board.
Yeah, but that's you.
But that's what I'm saying. Some lads are like that. They actually don't know how to treat girls because they go, like, shut the fuck up, Sean. Like, they
Because
tell them
that's
how
what
to shut up, like.
it's what you see at home and what you.
Really, but the girls are
Yeah, because you know my mom in it.
But there's love in your mom, but there's respect.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Respect that's like.
but they respect their mother because their mother has been there the whole time. They feel like their mother has probably earned that level of respect. Whereas who the fuck are you?
And
Do
there's
you get what I'm saying?
uncles, like you and me, and some of them, I really have friends that respect and love their mom, and I know they do, but they have uncles that teach them game. And,
Yeah.
They have uncles that'll tell them how to treat women, how to,
Yeah.
and
You were
because
telling us that before.
yeah, and because you're the man and you're hearing this from other men in your family, you think you have to play up to that. I don't. The same guy I was talking to you about, I know for a fact he loves and respects his mom, but because his uncles tell him to like, do this, that's why he
This
will
is
behave.
the way, I guess.
Bro,
This is
like I have like for me, single mother, older sister, it's been women my whole life. Do you get what I'm saying? My mom owned the shop, it's been women my whole life. But I have friends that older brothers, that's all they have. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like your older brother is telling you they're getting the game from probably the uncles and they're feeding it down to you. We like literally these are conversations that my friends brothers have had with him. You don't buy girls things, you don't do that, you don't treat girls like this, you don't do
Which
that.
friend
Don't do
is
that.
this?
Don't worry about that.
To avoid, yeah.
But that's the thing. Like we are given to the wolves. Do you get what I'm saying? Like we're just kind of like thrown out there to figure shit out, and also it like
Yeah, feel sorry for us.
like. But the thing is as well, like with this whole educate men thing, yeah, I personally don't think that it like educate men stops a certain amount of men.
Of course,
but
that's what
the
I'm
thing
saying.
is, once you do something intentional, there's no education to be given. If you go out there with a needle and you stick somebody with a needle, there's no what education do you need?
That's wild that people are doing.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like,
Because
what
you don't
education-
need
you know
education
exactly
to
what
know
you're
that's
doing.
fucked up.
No.
Like you know, there's no education that you can give that is gonna change this, bro. Then you like for you to go out there and it's not, bro. How many times have you had a needle just chilling?
No, never. Actually, I work. I'm ready.
Yeah, but you work where you work, so it's different. But you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I've never just had a needle handy, so I have to go procure a needle. What I'm gonna put inside the needle, hide the needle to get it into the club, and then stick somebody with
the
it.
end game? Like, what really is it?
Yeah,
Like,
that's what I mean. It's like you
need
needle the girl now, and like what you plan to do to her.
Bro, and you know people are heavy as well.
Noella, you were telling me like some of the precautions as a woman that you have to take before going on a night out, and we're just talking about it before the pod, like how you have to look at your drinks, if there's ice is sinking, if the needle is, always constantly check where your girls are, checking your surroundings. You can't leave a drink
Yeah,
down.
you
It's a fucking
can't.
joke.
I was
It's
like,
self-defense.
I was like, you're going out with the mental to be on the defensive for the whole night.
And now it's
I
little
would get tired,
self-defense
man.
because guys are just charging at women.
And another thing is like men as well. Like when I come back that no thing, it's like why? Like I just don't like you. They'll grab onto you. Like no, they won't let go. I've been in a situation where a guy would not let go of me physically. Like even his boys had to come and pull him off me. It got that bad that he just wouldn't let go of me, and I was just kind of
You know
like,
what they say? We don't have to check our boys and hold them accountable. See, his boy came and pulled him off. Shout
like
out to you.
even though
But even even if Noella like kind of like not Kate but kissed him, it's still an L on him. Because like he had to almost like force it or like
It's not
coerce
almost,
it,
bro.
just to-
If you're grabbing this girl up like you're fucking handcuffing
But
her,
did she eventually kiss you or not? That was coercion. Like you had to like
Yeah.
force.
how can you? My thing is, how can you even enjoy that?
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. It's already an L. If all my boys witness that, I can't turn around and go, yeah, you see what they did?
Yeah,
I saw you grab a girl.
But do your boys not
coerce her,
put,
like-
would your boys then not call you out on like what your like that behavior? Like do you hold your men
yeah, no,
We were talking
accountable?
about this, yeah. Did you talking about this? Like, no boy is gonna be like, oh, I was grabbing on. You're not gonna come back to your group chat and say, I
Yeah.
was grabbing onto her and I wouldn't let go until she gave me a kiss. Or you're not gonna be
Yeah.
like, oh, she said no, but I kept trying until she fucked me.
You don't
What will
fuck
happen
with
is, if Deji, for example, devil's advocate, if Deji says, yo, you see that girl at your party? I smash. I'm like, yeah. Which one? The one with the blonde wig? I smash. I'm like, my God.
Say swear.
I don't know how we smashed.
Go on.
I don't know how we got there. We don't like those questions are not asked. Like we're not gonna be like, oh yo, bro, did you like rape her? What would I ask?
Us
that?
as men too.
Who
We leave
the
it
hell
in
is gonna
context.
come and be like, oh, bro, man, I raped her last night?
And honestly, I've never seen my guys like grab a girl like you're in your example and not let go. I've never seen it.
Yeah.
So how can I call it out if I've never seen it? But if I was
Yeah.
told my boy did this, I would be like, yo, bro, did that happen? Due diligence. But they always say like call out your boys, but no boy is gonna come to the group and be like, I helped this girl and I wouldn't let go. She was saying no, and I held it on to her until she kissed me. No,
Cause
you're just gonna be like, you smash? Yeah, my guy.
But
Let it go.
even on a less cynical level, bro, I don't know what my guys were saying to these girls behind closed doors.
Yeah.
Bro, have you guys ever had a friend that's a girl and a friend that's a guy, and you're cool with both of them individually? Before they get together, and then you hear the story from the both sides, and it's like, bro, my man was in your DMs crying like that, yeah. Do you get what I'm saying? So if we don't even know the game that you're chanting to these girls about how you're even talking to these girls, how am I supposed to know what happened? Do you get what I'm saying?
Men every day when they're chatting about a girl, they leave out context.
They
tell the story in blanks, bro. Unless it was a flawless play where I can tell you play by play how I did it, we leave blanks in the story.
But they'll tell you, that girl, that Noella girl, it's like she even came to my DMs, like she told me like, oh, you're in the neighborhood, pull up, she said that to you, yeah.
But
luckily for her,
Maybe
it was just
10
I was
times
just
you text her
scary.
first.
Well, you missed out that you've been trying it for 3
Yeah.
months. For 3 years. And now all this time you said you were scared, so she told you to pull up. Now you're here chatting. Yeah, I was scared.
you left out the fact that she was stranded. She just needed a lift.
The story, she might just be saying, oh, you're going to draw it anyways. You live in Scaries, come pick me up in Balbriggan and we'll go. They won't say
We
that.
won't probe it anymore.
We won't say
Is
that.
that you? Yeah. And then that's
So
it.
she
Like,
texts you
it. Like,
to give her a lift.
Yeah.
My God. But we don't know because we're gonna do the story. Like a lot of people do tell the side of the story that makes them look good.
Do you ever know the friend that's doing that, but you can't like start probing them on it because you look like you're hating?
No, there was one friend that I knew after a while is bullshit.
Yeah.
You just
But
tell
you
the
can't
story
say
like you're lying. You're lying. That's it. And then when you call them out, you be like, it's like they be like, no, you're just a hater. Like obviously she was on me. Like, so you leave it. So like you're saying. Most times these men will tell the story that like, oh, she was on it. They'll make them look like you're the one coming to them kind of thing. But I kind of really enjoy the perspective that you gave of like the stuff that women have to do just to feel safe on a night out. Like you're out with 600 people.
Like even getting a taxi on your own is scary because it's like you don't know. Like
my girl got an Uber and when she was in London for a hand, it's like she has to be on the phone with me for the whole journey.
Yeah,
you have to do that. I'll just get it.
Even walking home on your own, like I have to FaceTime when the girls are like, Dion will FaceTime you or I'll FaceTime her just to stay on the phone because you just don't know what can happen.
It was a mad revelation to me. Like I only found this out recently that like girls are really shook up being in taxi.
Yeah, I hate being in a taxi by myself. Even if I'm going down the road, like even
they send
to
live locations, taxi numbers,
send location.
They sat nav and everything like that.
Yeah, like even I remember one time one of my friends called me and she's like, "Oh yeah, what's called? Yeah, that's me in the red. Yeah, just see me. Yeah. Oh yeah. Look, I can see you. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?" She's like, "Oh, I was walking across the bridge and there's a bunch of guys there. Just wanted like someone knows where I am. Do you get what I'm saying? Like almost like you can see me in it. Do you get what I'm saying? And it's just crazy. And then actually, funnily enough, I was talking about someone's talking about why do guys only respect other guys? As in like you keep trying until it's like, oh, I have a man.
Bro,
what you mean?
Like, let's say a guy's moving to a girl, and she's like, "Nah, I'm not on it." But he won't
said, oh,
until she goes, "I have a man." There's like, "Alright, cool, you know
bro,
whatever."
This happened to me like last week. Like we're out on a work night out, and we're like plotting where we kind of go next, and we're almost plotting how we get back. And one of the girls literally like turns around to me, she's like, "Oh yeah, like, do you mind? Like, are we best off? Do you mind if we kind of like get a taxi back together?" And like, because I legit like 9 times out of 10 have taxi services just don't leave me alone. And then they start going, do you have a boyfriend? Do you have a boyfriend? So it's almost like if I'm there just as a male, it's like they won't do that.
So even if has that also happened? Have you ever told someone I have a man and they stopped talking and they stopped moving to you? Like they wouldn't stop. They kept talking to you like, look, I have a man, and then they stopped.
No, they don't stop. They still go like, oh, I just want to be your friend, and you're like, I have enough friends.
That's how you go grab
like,
one guy.
The next thing like, oh, your man does have to know he's not here. I go, wow.
The game is the game.
Bro,
like, look,
streets cold.
But then why is it that like when a woman does reject you, that's when you off flip like, oh, but you're clapped anyways. I'm like, but you weren't saying that to me 10, 15 minutes ago when you were trying to move to me.
As just Glenn would like to say, men are the weakest link.
Weakest link.
As Glenn always tells us, the male ego can't take it. So the fact that you reject me, you make me feel small and little. I have to make you feel small.
Like I even seen a video on Twitter where the girl was just walking to her car and the guy was trying to move to her and she kept saying no. Then he got the trolley and even like crashed into her car just because she didn't.
Irish guy that just started like throwing abuse and calling one of her.
It's all ego. It's just their egos is hurt. Their fragile egos hurt. Which brings to a question. We're talking about nights out. If your girl's on a night out, because I saw David posted this on his story and I was like, that's funny. Noella, if your guy buys a girl a drink on a night out, do you consider that as cheating?
I wouldn't consider it as cheating, but I'm like, what are you doing? Like, if it's not a girl that I know, and if it's not like someone we're friends with, if it's just a random girl, I'm like, why are you buying her a drink for?
What about you?
I think guys welcome it more. Like, to be honest, like I think guys like
if a guy buy a girl's,
I think guys are like, oh yeah, like you
buy a free drink, fam.
buy a free drink, yeah.
Because I don't think I'll be like, I don't think I'll be mad. I'll be like, look, shoot your shot. You bought her a drink, and she's coming back to her fella.
I know,
and that's one drink less I have to buy.
And you know what it is? Shoot or shoot. Like my only thing about it is that be wary of who you're taking drinks from, because
that's what
he's gonna
I mean.
be that guy that's gonna now follow you around. I bought you, bro. It's a 7-year-old drink, bro. If you can't afford the drink, leave the girl alone, bro.
There's some of those guys back in right days. They buy a girl a drink, so they start following them around the club because they bought her a
That's
drink.
my babe.
You know what it is? Because that was like the last 10 euros.
I'm telling you, bro.
I can't lie. Yeah, I can't remember last time a fella bought me a drink. Actually, it wasn't even like it was a shop, but more time when
would you have to be at the bar when they buy?
Yeah, yo, definitely have to. But one, I remember being out with the girls and we're like, obviously, you know the guys that get the table, blah blah blah. Like,
I don't know them guys. Sorry,
but anyways, they were like, oh, do you just want Hennessy? And we were like, yeah, we think we're getting a full bottle. No, it's just their own bottle, and they're just pouring a bit into our cups. I go, wow, this is what we have to. This is what we're settling for, is it?
My brother got me bottles for my stag. It's a rock.
Yeah.
Glitters coming out. So I was like, this. I don't know what I must feel like. This is what I must feel. Also, in that question, like, context matters. Because sometimes, like, say if I bought, like, you go with your colleagues. People do rounds. The girl will be like, I'm going to the bar and I'm getting a drink. Do you want anything? She bought you a drink. Is your girl supposed to be moving mad because a colleague at work?
No, that's different. You're buying rounds. That's for everybody.
Like, you're not buying for everybody. Say they do it like yours. I'm sitting with Digi now. For example, I'm sitting with you and I'm like, if we're sitting with a group, but I see your drink is empty and I'm going to get a drink. I'm like, I'm going to get a drink. You want a drink?
No, that's different.
If it's a random girl,
if it's a randomer, like a proper randomer that we haven't even been chatting in a group or nothing, and I go buy her a drink, why am I buying her a drink?
You don't have a reason to be getting me a drink.
I think it's strange as well when, like, although we kind of gas it and it makes you feel that type of way, but I think it's strange when a random person who's sitting at a different table buys you a drink and they haven't approached you to have a conversation or nothing. I'm like, I think that's a bit weird.
No, you know what it is?
Like, you see that girl in the white dress, buy her a drink.
Because I'm like, what? You clearly have a motive.
Because then they're supposed to say that they think you're gonna come and say thank you, and then the conversation starts.
This is what it is, bro. It's an icebreaker. The thing, girls have never had to approach girls. Approaching somebody, just coming up to somebody and saying hi is the hardest thing ever.
Not for me.
Badu.
Correct.
Yeah, but the thing is,
wait, you moved to boys?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's
how do you
different.
Shoot your shot? How do you shoot your shot?
Like if I'm in person and we're chatting, like obviously it's you don't like English is English, you know. Get a bit flirty, whatever. Then.
You know, but
this is different.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, but this is different.
See what I mean? I've done it, but now I've gone to a point where it's like, what's the point? Because men, you entertain it, and then after half an hour, you get bored, and you're like,
At least we don't screenshot and send it in the group chat.
But then we just don't reply like we women don't.
Wait, hold on.
That's why we reply, because we're not used to. We know how it feels that we reply. This
is the difference, though.
Yeah.
As a girl that is even just somewhat attractive, you're not missing. You're rarely ever missing. Fair to say. As a guy, even if she's attracted to you, you could also miss.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like, if I have to,
the way you talk to her, she'll be like, that gives me the ick.
Yeah, like,
you like him,
the thing is, like, if you have to go to a random girl that you don't know who she is and blah 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 blah, there's so many factors to just.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? So that's why you do something. That's what pickup lines are for. They're just to break the ice. Once the ice is broken, it's calm. So if I send you a drink, it's to break the ice. So now when I come to you, you're not gonna be like, who the fuck are you?
Oh,
like,
yeah, that
do you get what I'm saying?
get it.
And now the conversation is flowing. Like, one of my boys was telling me, so he does this thing when he's in a club, right? Or he's out or whatever, and he sees the girl he wants to talk to and whatever. He needs to break the ice, so he'll go get a cup of water, depending on what she's wearing, and he'll like bump into her, just spill a bit of water on her.
Wow, no one's
be like,
spilling water on me.
Oh, but it's like not enough to piss you off. Like probably like a drop or two. They'd be like, oh, it's fine, whatever. Yeah. But now that we've gotten the awkwardness out of the way, now we're gonna chat. Do you know
I get that, but what if she's not? What if she doesn't like?
Well, she's not on it.
Cop onto it like
but that's
that.
the game. You have to try it.
What if you're supposed to pop one Cuba ice out.
But that's the game.
Accuracy involved in that.
But like probably obviously if you probably don't have too much in the cup where if you like, but you get what I'm saying, just like a little. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Like, you want to get you some tissue, blah
Back
blah
to
blah
something
blah.
Jordan was saying, the way she talks to me gives me dick. Do you know,
Let me ask you, have you ever been attracted to a guy?
Yes, and the way he starts talking, I'm like, why are you talking? Like, just stop talking. Like, you're actually just so pegged.
You know what though?
Don't talk.
No. The thing is, I have seen guys talk their way out of some pussy.
Yeah?
Yes.
You think you've talked yourself some pussy?
Probably.
If there was.
Have you talked your way, like, you know, like you were saying, you're attracted to him, then he started talking, now you're like, nah, I'm not on it anymore.
I have friends that have done that,
So that's talking your way out of pussy.
I had a girl go over to me, I think.
Or poussoir, as you call it.
Yeah, your boy, he's giving me the ick. She was like linking him the whole night. She was like, yeah, he's gonna give me the ick. I was like, oh my god.
It's like, you're actually so beautiful, but just don't talk.
Yeah, nah.
Like, you just stand there and
Was
be
that
pretty.
enough for you to be like, I'm not on this anymore?
Like, do you know, I was willing to put it past it because you start to get used to it, but then the more as the conversations were going, I was like, yeah.
She wanted to be that guy so bad.
But I feel like that happened with me because I went on a date a couple weeks ago, and I was like, the person I went on a date with, like, obviously they've been trying. I would say for a while. Yeah, and I thought it went well, and then just the vibes after, you know, when you're texting, like, maybe some people are just better in person. I'm like, but if you're better in person, like, let me know so that I know. Because in the texting and stuff, it just wasn't giving what I was supposed to get. And you know when conversations just feel forced? Yeah. It's just kind of like, why are we doing this?
I wonder that the women talk to themselves out of dick. Nah, men are too horny.
No, that's not true. So some women talk too much.
But dick though, men will still probably give dick. They're not probably gonna continue to see her.
I don't think women will ever talk about dick.
No. It depends.
If a guy finds a girl attractive, she can talk herself out of dick.
It depends because sometimes the stress.
Actually, it happened to me once. A girl talked herself out.
Yeah, because
she talked about her ex for like the whole time. I was like,
bro,
I can't do this.
or like, you know, she starts talking about things and it's like, is this worth it?
I'll make it awkward if I wasn't. Like, I'll just be like,
Mike to the thing.
I just be real awkward and start talking about stuff that'll kind of.
Oh, is that you're saying if you want to sabotage the thing on yourself? Like, we're talking about girls that unintentionally talk this.
Oh no, I'll do it on purpose.
You do it on purpose.
If I don't want, like, if I'm getting to a point where, like,
I just took a big shit today.
I'd be like, yeah, it's that time of the month, like, no.
Yeah, I've had one girl, she just talked herself out of it. I was just like, why are we even...
It's sad when it's unintentional.
Yeah, but why even talk? Anyways, Leon, you have a franchise as well. What's it called? Noella?
Yeah.
Tell us what's it about? No, because you're the most inconsistent thing. Noella's had a gym brand, has had 2 food brands.
Do you know what? Yeah, I'm supposed to be an entrepreneur because I have the mindset, I have the mentality for it. It's just the consistency.
That's
That's
where. If you don't have the consistency comes with the mental. You have to be like, days that you don't want to do the podcast and you know you work and you gotta do it still. That's the mentality.
Suppose, like, obviously what got me started, it was obviously last year. I need to stop saying obviously. When I became unemployed, I was like, that period of my life was very tough because, like, obviously you're not you're not working, everyone is outside making, like, what was I doing? So being at home all the time, I've always enjoyed cooking, so I used to make stuff on my private story, you know. Everyone's like, Noella, like, this food looks nice. Would you not start something with it? Like, but at the time, I was just kind of making European dishes, like my pastas, my shepherd's pie, blah, blah, blah. Then I was looking at it, I was like, I'm like, there's a market for... Yeah, that used to be my favourite subject in school. I can't lie.
It wasn't even in my...
Jordan, I even taught you how to make chicken curry. Don't forget.
I used to teach you how to cook.
Yeah.
So again, first babes.
And then...
the thing I've done to just get pussy, man, in my life. Fuck's sake. Anyways, go on.
So then I was like... One of the days I was like, there is actually no mark. Well, there is, but it was just one auntie selling like Congolese, you know, Taba and Kwanga. And like, I was like, I can do this. So obviously I started off like, but I kind of rushed into it. You know, when you kind of rush something into it, like it's gonna flop. Like, so that's what happened to me. So I was like, then one of the days I was just sitting there with one of my friends and I was really deep in life. I was like, look, I can make this work if I just put 110% and give it all. So we sat there, brainstormed, etc., blah blah blah. Then I mentioned it to my mom because I'm grateful for the mother I have because she's very supportive and like she's even willing to help me do all of this because she likes cooking and stuff as well, so it's grand. So now I can't lie, your wedding delayed me. I have to say that pushed back. I'm not blaming.
Women not taking accountability. Imagine my shock. Imagine my shock of women not taking accountability.
Your wedding.
Yeah, tell your story.
Me and Nate were even
Tell
talking
your
like,
story.
bro, that wedding made us broke. Like I was so scared married.
Weddings are expensive, bro.
So now I'm just kind of like, I'm just trying to get organized, get everything ready. Because then my sister was even talking to her friends. They're like, let your sister had a food page. I'm like, so people actually really know about this. Like, you know, because I was really worried. I was just like, oh, what if it doesn't sell out, blah, blah, blah. So it was just, it's more for me, it's just a fear. But now I'm just kind of thinking of it. Then I shared that quote earlier, like, oh, use your weekends to kind of, to build... to build your future or something. So I was like, I might as well use my weekends because I'm like, I can't be doing outside. What am I really benefiting from being outside all the time when I can actually be using my weekends to make peace?
Free drinks?
in your mouth.
Driving the boat.
Why, like, what I make in a week, I can pretty much make in a day if I'm just consistent. So like now coming up to the end of the month, I just have to go buy everything and then guys, please buy my food.
That was actually the most.
Was that the food from the tribe wedding?
No. I didn't. Like, if you were at Jordan's mum's surprise, like all the Congolese food, basically. And I just feel like because there's such a huge Congolese community, like Nigerians have their, like, used to have couple kitchens, like, whereas people. Do you know what? I don't want to start naming names because if I get it wrong, Whereas, like, I look at Belgium, countries like Belgium and London, they have deluxe manna. Like, imagine on a Sunday, you just after church, you just want to go eat like home food. Like, you don't want to be. Do you know? So it'd be nice sometimes.
Take out don't be slapping like that sometimes.
So, is one thing they support, like.
We will come out.
Like your community,
especially the younger generation. Maybe not the older, but the younger generation.
The younger generation definitely.
But that's actually the most cohesive. Anybody has told the stories about their interests. Remember, Glenn was like, she didn't know how to tell the story about AG Decor. Noella went from unemployment to where it began, interest, where it stemmed from, where it is. So,
but it's mad because when I was unemployed and I did that, I was like,
glad they drink.
The stuff didn't even. To buy the stuff, it didn't even cost me of what I actually made back, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's kind of
profit.
like, yeah.
Is that something that you're bringing back now?
Definitely. And with everything, like the kitchen being renovated, like it just makes sense. I can get good content now. It's just, yeah.
That's it. That's Noella. What's it called?
I might go
Noella.
Order some Congolese, maybe.
Order some taba.
Yes, so me got the. I can't lie. Congolese puff puff over Nigerian puff puff. I've just said it.
Bro,
I've said it.
What was that puff? Bro, what was that puff at your wedding, bro?
We got the that was before.
Bro, that shit was hard as fuck.
No.
We had it the day before. I got the warm one.
Nah, okay, bro. The one I had was hard as fuck, bro.
We didn't make it.
Everyone has their own version of puff. They just call it something else.
At the end of the day, but I think that was that was very. I thought we were gonna go swings around.
What's your Instagram?
Alion _
No, you're.
Oh, but you said what? You didn't say my. It's just
business.
It's
Noella. We'll put the links and
we will because I'm gonna have to do that shit.
Because I remember.
No, I meant like I'll share it on the page when the podcast.
But say
Yeah,
so
like, it's Noella.
How the fuck do you spell that? Like
CHEZ and then my name.
Underscore your name, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah.
Anyways, I got questions for you lot. Yeah.
Before we wrap up.
So, would you rather?
God damn it!
Lose.
We're doing this again.
It's not even. This is not even fun.
Child is about to hit.
Yeah, remember I told you I was gonna ask you. So, would you guys rather lose your sight or lose all your memories?
Memory. I already answered this. I think Wumi put it up on a thing, and I said memory.
Yeah, bro, fam.
Edit that out.
Fam, yeah, man. Fucking memories, bro.
I said memories because I already wear glasses. I'm already blind enough. Please, I cannot afford to lose it 110%.
No, it's true. I've seen Noella down the street and she's squinting at me, and I'm looking at this girl. She's probably looking like, where's this nigga looking at me like this? She's just squinting. But no, definitely memories because it's happened. It's already gone.
Yeah, bro.
I can't live it again, even if I wanted to. It's finished. But can I remember the people of my life or just the memories I have? Can I remember my family, my friends?
You know what? Let's just say.
So my dad has to come visit my dad.
Yeah.
To buy me work, fam. If you really
Because see, the thing with memories, like you can. you can learn, like if someone is there to show you, like you can kind of
51st dates.
But it's not the same
Show me
though.
Snapchat.
Yeah, but it'll be sick again.
Snapchat story.
yeah, but you can
It's not
always
the same though.
like
It's like learning.
learning all over again. Whereas with your sight, once it's gone. No, you're not seeing, and I
Our
can't.
memories do shape who we are, good or bad.
Yeah.
Experiences and memories, whether like the way you were dumped or the way you're rejected off a football team or something. Those memories shape who you were today.
What if you
Nate-
forget the feelings you have with people? Like, what if you get ick off your like wife or something?
Yeah, no, okay. Let's put some context to this. When I say you lose all your memories, when I say you lose all your memories from this point on, everything that's happened from this point on, you don't know. The only thing you remember is how to walk, how to eat, and just how to. You don't
What
remember.
if you forget feeling you really have for someone like
Yeah,
this?
like, you don't-
I'm
You don't even
still not
remember
choosing
anybody.
my sight over because I was saying it to
See?
Nathan. We were in town and we saw a blind man walking, and I was like, I know blind people can't see. Do you know when we close our eyes, we still see color, we see black.
Yeah.
But what do blind people? They
Bro,
like
I asked this so many times.
What do they see? Like obviously they can't.
Though, like the sense of smell, they're
But,
feel like they're moving.
but how can you imagine anything if you've never seen anything?
That's what I mean. Like it's like you can't even see black. You can't see color.
That's a question you have to have with a blind man.
I think they evoke it from
Yeah.
somewhere, you know.
Yeah, but now that you put it like that,
Back to
I would
the
just
memory thing, yeah,
literally
yeah.
forget everybody.
Forget
Yeah,
everybody,
yeah.
everything.
Everything.
You don't
Yeah,
even
how
know.
you feel
You don't
about
even
people,
know
like-
where you live anymore.
Yeah.
Like you literally, the only thing you know how to do is your just regular bodily functions. Let's even say you forget how to drive and all that shit.
Jesus.
People that woke up with coma.
Man just
memory
starting
of
life from scratch at 28
Yeah.
with no memory.
So which one would you take? Memories or
Oh, that's hard.
memories
Don't
or
put it
sight?
like that.
For me, it's bro. I've already said if I lose any of my senses, take me out of here.
Why?
I still think
Bro.
memory.
If
I
I
can lose taste.
Oh no!
you say that,
I had COVID and
Out of
no.
all my taste,
It was really
like
bad.
Sight, hear, taste. Take taste for.
are you sure?
Bro, 7 years.
Jordan, you
But
not
taste-
being able to taste
You'll
your
never be able
no.
to. It doesn't matter what you eat ever.
It just
again.
tastes like
It's
you're-
the same.
I will eat for the game.
I used to be able to think, I can lose smell.
Yeah, but you can't. Like I
Yeah.
got COVID, I lost sense of taste and smell. You be drowning yourself in perfume, like you cannot smell, even taste. I had to eat Indian
That means I can go on
food,
double
like
boss
I figure
with no
taste-
fear.
Food tastes better when you can smell it.
This guy's nigga.
yeah,
Food tastes much
definitely,
better when you can
because
smell it.
it's giving you the
Yeah,
urge
yeah.
to want
My
to
mom
eat
can't
it.
take away. I was like, this is dead. I think it's because I can't smell it. Like I'm just not enjoying it.
Like we have African food, not all of it looks appealing, but like it's like you're not able to smell that. Like you can't taste or like
There's
it's
an
just
African Nigerian dish. I don't
nothing.
know what it's called. Joe
abula.
said it looks like excretion.
It's
When I eat it,
abula.
it's lovely.
Yeah,
I don't
abula.
know why Joe said that. I can't remember. It's like yellow, green.
Yeah, abula.
is it egusi?
Abala. It's-
I don't know.
No, it's
But Joe
abula.
said, well, I've had it.
Yeah, no, but
Looks
you
like it
said
should be nice, but it smells like.
I had it at the wedding, and it's lovely. It
And
doesn't
it's
look
lovely.
appealing though, but it's
That's
really
what
nice.
African food, even like pondu, people can look at
Yeah,
pondu.
pondu
and
looks
like,
rotten,
doesn't
but
look
it
nice,
actually
but when
tastes
you eat it,
nice.
it's
fam,
lovely.
even stuff like beans. Beans don't look particularly appealing, but bro, it slaps though.
Yeah.
But and you know the thing about that is, yeah, hotels, like restaurants, yeah, you bastards. You know what they do now? They're going for like appeal and like
Instagram.
how it looks rather than taste. Like you'll see all these, like I went to the paddocks. Looks lovely. Food is meh.
It's meh.
Yeah, but
I remember I had a pasta. I was like, oh, it has a bit of prawns, blah blah blah. No salt, no seasoning, and you know Oyimbos, all they know is salt and pepper, but you can't even taste any of
Like it
that.
is in this part because now I'm seeing all these cocktails on thing. I'm like, oh, I need to go to that. Oh, I need to go to that because they're just appealing.
but that's what's always gonna pop though. Dave, what's your answer?
I said
I didn't even answer you.
I can lose my memories because it's actually nice to.
Start again.
I get how drastic it is that you forget how you feel. That's what I'm saying. I'll just be afraid like I'll forget how I feel about people, even how I feel about friends. I feel like
Imagine forgetting your kids though.
yeah, I feel like it's so maternal and kind of like and it's so you're so close with your dad and your family, you might not forget that. But I'm just on about like the rest. Then like I'm talking about like I might forget how much I might forget how much I love my girlfriend. Like and I'm just kind of like,
Do you
know,
think
Bro,
then
you
if
forget you have a girlfriend.
Yeah. Do you think then your friends will still be your friend if you started now? Do you think
Some-
it's still
so I don't-
Yes,
Like,
because
I don't-
people
No, that's
will
not true.
try.
I don't
Because
like
people
you,
will
like-
try remind you of who they were in your life.
Yeah.
That's why I'll always choose lose memories because it's always something that
I guess your friends
it'll
will
come back eventually. Yeah, they'll make the
But this is
effort
the thing,
to.
though.
You only have friends because of mileage you put in, like this, like the sentiment of the friendship.
Yeah, but that's gone.
Memories and go, actually, fam, I don't even like you. Like,
Yeah, do you get what I'm saying? Like there's some people that some friends you can almost pinpoint that was the moment we went
Yeah.
through that together. And the
Yeah.
thing is, someone telling you about something and living through it are two different things.
Yeah.
Like I could tell you about a situation where I've been in a relationship and blah blah, and it sounds from you hearing it, you don't understand the context. You don't understand how we felt in the situation. But then when you live it, you're like, okay, I can see why you didn't leave. I could see why you couldn't stay. Do you get what I'm saying? When you're outside of it, it's like, just leave, fam. Do you get what I'm saying? So somebody telling you about all those things might not evoke the same emotions as you living there. So that friend that you guys solidified your friendship 10 years ago, bro, you might just be like,
now. You don't remember that.
he's like, bro, who are you, bro? Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even to a certain degree, your parents, the reason why you love your parents so much is because they have been in your face for every day for how many years of your life. You've built a relationship to them. Do you get what I'm saying? The same thing of like Stockholm syndrome. Like if you kidnap a kid when they're young, that person's gonna love you like a kid. You get what I'm saying? Like even
So whoever has Madeline McCann right now,
that white bitch is dead, bro. That shit, bro, she's dead.
She's a corpse.
Bro, Madeline's got her, bro. But yeah, so like I feel like the memories one for me. I know anyways. Any sense? Don't if you take any sense away from me, take me out of here, bro. Someone take me out of here.
Yeah, I just don't know how I can function. Like, there's no wood in this house. I was gonna say knock on wood, because if you took any senses away from me, I sometimes have this like irrational fear that I'll be like, how do people act when they get paralyzed? You know?
Bro, kill me, bro. I always say,
Do you know, I just feel like if I ever, I can't lie, I know this is really bad for me to say, but if I was ever to be in a position where I'm paralyzed or blind, just take me, because I don't see a point of living anymore. Like,
I'm the same.
Like, I actually, no.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
Sometimes that even some little things would be thinking like this, like, I hope I never get a big scratch down my face or whatever.
David is very says he has to listen back to every voice note he sends.
On a certain degree.
David's like, I have to listen back to my own voice notes. Word for word,
I
bro.
feel like
I have ego there.
if I was to get a scar on my face, I'll probably...
big scar.
For guys, it's different.
So noticeable. Like,
For guys, it's different. That's my icebreaker.
It'll make me very insecure, because I'll probably find myself less attractive, but I can live with that. But losing my sight and being paralyzed, please.
Yeah, like I can style out a fucking scar.
what
Like
if an iron dropped in your face?
I can style that
That's
out.
what I mean. Like, I can do that, because like it's
Fair play to you.
your skin kind of like, you get new cells in it. Like, I don't know where I'm kind of going with this.
I got a burn right here.
In conclusion, I'll probably still pick memory.
Yeah, no, bro, because I
I'll
can.
build up new memories.
Okay.
Regardless, I will build up new memories.
All right, second question. Yeah,
Oh, we're still going.
would you rather? Yeah, this last question. I will dip. What's called last question? We'll dip. Yeah. So, would you rather go? What was the question again?
No, please.
What?
Go for it. Remember.
No, I remember. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to word it. All right. So, would you rather? Right. You have options of two things. Either go back in time and start life again from when you're 10 and you have the knowledge that you have now.
Yes.
Or fast forward to 45 and be a millionaire. Like, let's say millionaire, like straight, you got your net worth is 750.
I can't go back to 10.
750 million.
750
I can't go
million.
back to 10.
I'll
Doing
be 45
primary
with
school,
750 million. Are you crazy?
secondary
I still
school,
have 40 years left.
all
Yeah,
of
nah.
that with the knowledge I have now.
I'm not doing my driving test again. I'm not doing my theory test again. I'm not college,
bro.
Again.
Okay.
Even some traumas I have in life, I have to relive that. Like,
Yeah,
But
definitely no.
wait. You're assuming that you have to live life the exact same way. Why are you assuming
That's
that?
true, because you're 10, you have all the knowledge.
You're 10.
Am
I'm
I
a firm
10
believer
now,
that-
or am I 10 when I'm 10? Can I bet like I know who wins the Champions League every year for 10 years? I become rich. Like, am I 10? Like, do I just start today as 10, or do I go back to 2003 when I was 10?
Okay, you know what? Let's go both.
If I was to go back to 2003 when I was 10, I'd prefer that, because I'm younger and I have the knowledge of the future. Do you know what I mean? But if I start 10 now, I don't have the knowledge of the future. I'm just 10.
But you're,
I think
you're 10.
I will find Zac Efron.
But you're 10. But you're 10 with the mind of a 28-year-old though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's like having dinner with Jay-Z. What's the point? I still have to execute these things. I still have to execute. Whereas when I'm 10 in 2003, I don't have to execute. I can just bet.
I just think if you're 10, within a year you start behaving like a 10-year-old again. If you get me, because I feel like people will be like, "Why is he acting like a grown man? Like go play with your toys." Like, you know what I mean? It nearly get like conditioned into you again to act like a 10-year-old. I don't know. I just think
But the thing is though, like, okay, like for me,
a kid that's 10.
Imagine I'll tell my dad buy Amazon stocks or somebody like, bro, buy Amazon.
But the only problem with that, you're 10. Who's gonna take financial advice from a 10-year-old?
I'm saying, have you ever seen a 10-year-old that behaves like a 20-year-old? You're like, fam, if you don't play this game, play this Lego.
They come sit with the adults in the meeting because they want all the gossip.
You wouldn't be respected, so you just revert back to a 10-year-old.
But the thing is, right, what I'm saying is, like, I do understand fast forwarding into 45, but I feel like those are critical years though.
Yeah, I read a critical 75 million.
Yeah, but the thing is, you'll never get those 15 odd years back.
Hey, yeah.
Did you get
the 15 years that I'm gonna live, I'll make up for it. Bro, you're living from 45 to 60, which in today's age, you're pretty young still, because my dad is 60. You're living 45 to 60 with 750 million.
Fair
Come
And
on.
then 40 and it's wacky. Your body starts slowing down, like, you know.
Blue Chew, baby.
You know what?
He's gonna get that Joe Rogan testosterone.
Nah, you know, for me, I feel like I'm going back to 10.
Nah, I could never do that.
But see, the thing is, if I started from 10, like if I went back to 10,
no, I said it. If I was 10-year-old in 2003, I'll prefer that. But if I'm 10-year-old today, like from back 2003 and I'm 10, when I was 10, and I have like, even though nobody takes me serious here, I know at 18, I'm not gonna go to college, invest in stocks, buy Bitcoin, I will do all of that by 18.
Can someone teach me how to buy Bitcoin?
At like 16, and all those small 200 euros I'm getting at 16, investing.
I need money, bro.
But if I was to be 10 today, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
if I was 10, when was I 10
You think
again?
Simi will take care of me if I was 10 today?
See, it is to death
For
this
better
part.
or worse.
Wait, hold on, wait. But the thing is, though, look at the perspective from the outside. She is married to a 10-year-old.
No, so I should just take care of me. She can get dick, like
Get it from 10-year-olds.
And that's the podcast.
Let's have the podcast. If you made it to the end of the pod, you've been blessed with the highest level of analysis. Thank you for listening.